Yeah. We in here, man, and we are live. What's going on, everybody? Pod About It is back, man. So, G, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on with you, big dog? How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's been a so week. How about yourself?
I'm all right, man. I got to work from home today. I really enjoy myself. Good night. I'll come up and say good night to y'all. I got to enjoy myself. I worked from home today. I was actually more productive today than I thought I was going to be. Um, I'm proud of myself, so I'm going to share this. I didn't turn my TV on all day long. Like
Really?
while I work from home, I didn't turn my TV on one time, and I'm set up right in my living room. I had my desk up and everything. Like boom, right there. I
Were
didn't
you
turn my TV on all
were you
day,
that preoccupied with something? Because for
bro.
me, sometimes I just turn the TV on just to have background noise. Like there's nothing to watch. I just turn it on just to cut out the silence. You didn't do
Right,
anything like that?
bro. No, I was doing trainings. I'm supposed to be hiring some people. I set up like 4 interviews for next week. Um, I there was a training that my job has for sexual harassment. Everyone's got to do it. But because I'm a manager, I got to do that one and a manager version of it
What's
because I got
what? Hey, you can get this job or this promotion. I'm trying to get that video you sent me on.
it was not of me. Gee, you can't just say that. You have people thinking I sent that video.
No, no. There was a video that he sent me. It was this old man asking the nurse to, give him some fellatio. So when Mike mentioned that he has to take a special manager's sexual harassment, it just brought it back to my mind when you want this promotion, huh?
Right. Okay. Thank you. Because I did not send him a video of me saying trying to trap nobody and none of that stuff. So just want to make that very clear.
Hold on.
Um,
So was there anything like that in the manager's sexual harassment training video?
it was so sexual harassment is sexual harassment. They went over all the different types of sexual harassment. And apparently, well, I'm not going to say that. But what was different about the management one is how to basically discipline people for the variations of the sexual harassment and stuff like that. Um, and they were talking about like sexual harassment doesn't have to be like, I don't know how to say it. I was gonna say it doesn't have to be sexual at all. Like it doesn't have to involve the act of sex,
Yeah,
but
it could be like
sexual.
inappropriate touching, like massaging.
Oh, no.
No,
It could be like he, she, them, they type because it's sexual. So that's a that was a part of the training. I never heard that before.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
I'm just telling you what the trainer said. And then uh, so let's say you and your lady are having a conversation because y'all work in the same building.
Yeah.
Y'all are married, right? Oh, by the way, did you see the image for today's episode?
No.
You have to pull it up on YouTube and see the thumbnail.
All
You're
right. I'm gonna
welcome.
have to check it out.
Um, but so like let's say you and your lady are at work, and y'all pass each other in the hallway, and you be like, "Hey, girl," right? You
And
do that.
it's funny because I
Somebody
do
else
do
will
that,
call sexual harassment on you if they saw you do that,
and that's gonna
even
be
though you
funny
weren't
because
talking
my
to them.
woman works in HR, and I'm like, "Hey, baby, come back," and she don't even know, or they don't even know what's about to happen. That's my wife.
They said that you can be offended for something someone did, even if it wasn't to you, and that person who did it could still get in trouble for it.
Ain't
So I'm
the,
allowed.
the world we live in, bro. I tell you.
Hey, man. But listen, man, while we wait for Duck to get here, let's talk sports, man. Is this the greatest, this moment right now? Like right now. Is this the greatest moment in sports in the United States? So hockey is started. I got the Devils game on in the background. Football is, 6 weeks in. Week 6 kicks off in 2 minutes, right? Um,
Actually, it's on now.
basketball, yeah, basketball is back, right? And baseball is in playoff mode.
Yeah.
Like, does it get any better than this small window and moment in time than right now for sports?
I would say if you're now, I don't know. It depends on what kind of person, what kind of sports you're in. You got some that are into one or two or all, but if you're into like postseason sports, I would say because hockey and basketball are in the postseason around the same time, so that's kind of cool too. But yeah, like you said, all four sports are going right now, even though one of them is an exhibition, so it really don't count, but we still have it. Uh, yeah,
Did you
this
say
is pretty special.
expedition?
No, I said exhibition.
I wish I could rewind live. I want to know what you really said, but it's cool. I'm gonna let it
Exhibition,
slide.
exhibition, exhibition, exhibition.
Expedition, expedition, exhibition. I'm kidding.
Whatever.
I'm kidding.
I
But
know.
yeah, okay. So you're saying like when it gets like to more important time.
A little, because
Okay.
actually, if you really, no. I was thinking that is football postseason in there as well, but no, because basketball starts around April for their postseason, and football is well done by then.
I mean, yeah, that's the draft. I mean, that's
Yeah,
also exciting for the excuse me, the diehard football heads. But
yeah.
that's the end of April.
But it's
So
also a little overwhelming because for me, basketball first, football, and now we did make the
you ready? Yep.
yeah. We did make the pact that we were going to follow hockey more closely this season, and basketball and hockey can be on any day. We already know football is Monday, Thursday, Sunday. Outside of those, hockey and basketball every day. So now I'm trying to find that balance. I got to get into hockey so I can follow the Devils, but also, basketball. So I got to find that, that fine balance. And I have a tablet, so I can pull up whatever game on the tablet and whatever game I want on the screen. So I might be doing some of that this season.
Are either of y'all watching?
I was about to say the saving grace with that, G, is that you only got one basketball team, you only got one hockey team. I get you want to see other teams, especially in basketball, but you don't need to, you know what I mean? Like, it's not an everyday commitment to watch your team. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I've been in basketball since forever.
I get it. It's the same way me and Mike are with football. We watching every game. This game tonight ain't neither of our teams, but we got it on.
Yeah. So
wait, you got the game on over there, Duck?
I got the projector right behind me with the football game. I got the hockey game on the TV over here.
Matter of fact, I know it said ESPN Plus for the Devils game. I don't have ESPN Plus. I wanted to see if it was on a second network, which is no, it's not saying. It says Hulu. I do have my boy Hulu login.
Try it. I will be eating again to start the show here. Y'all said 8:30. I thought I could get the food cooked and eat beforehand, but I was very wrong.
Where you aren't you missing our special guest, our bi-weekly guest?
I got her. She's running around like a madman right now.
Okay. So I was asking him before you got in here, Duck, is this the best time for sports fans? Like right now, basketball is getting started, hockey is getting started, football is on, it's playoff baseball time. Like, is this the best time? We scored. Oh, they said no because he kicked it. That's corny. I didn't know you couldn't kick a goal.
Now you got me about to look to see if it really is on Hulu.
It says Hulu. It says Hulu on there. It should be.
I thought we scored. He kicked it in though. You can't kick it in. That's corny.
I'm just seeing it. I'm delayed. I'm behind you.
So you can assist. See, I don't know how to watch hockey, and this is why I wish there was people watching this live right now. I don't know how to watch hockey. I would love to. You know what? Hold on. Let me do some editing. Let me see if I can manufacture.
All right, I got the game on hockey. So
I'm gonna see if I could manufacture some views real quick. Let me edit this video. Let me put some some hashtags and stuff in here. So, and maybe I can get another person to come in watching right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, Mike, about somebody that knows how to watch it. Because when I put the game on, shortly after it started, you look up in the left corner where the score is, and you see, I think it was like 8-3. And I was like, how the heck ain't hockey a low-scoring game? And I saw it, and I was like, oh, it's a shots. Okay, they track how many.
Well, and
I'm still trying to break down when is it legal and not legal to ice the puck. Because I know there's times where you can ice it and there's no penalty, and there's other times you ice it and there's a penalty. So I'm still trying to figure that part out. Because I was watching the game on Tuesday.
We're all gonna learn together.
Right. I think by the end of, if we really stick with it, by the end of the hockey season, we're gonna know what we're talking about. And we're gonna know the players' names.
Did y'all see?
Great, but who were the chefs?
Y'all see the Devils head coach just got an extension like 2 days
Yep,
ago?
I got that alert. See, I even set alerts for the ESPN. I'm in there.
Yeah, I set alerts for ESPN as well for them. And they said they're like he's like the winningest active coach or something, right?
Yeah.
He ain't bring the cup though. Like you ain't not. So the regular season wins don't mean shit.
Right.
Nah, that postseason is different.
He's Andy Reid before the Chiefs.
Damn, I was gonna ask you. Oh yeah, so the Devils actually are playing a lot more aggressive in this period because first period, like Duck said, it was like 9-3 or something like the attempts were just down, and now they're right there, they're neck and neck. I think it might be like 15 to like 13 now.
I think that was the problem in postseason too. The second round,
there were no shots. Yeah,
they were down on shots bad. I'm like, bro, like I don't care if you shoot it from half ice. I don't know what if there's a term for that, if it's called half ice or whatever. But man, look, get them attempts up.
Right, like you're gonna miss every shot you don't attempt. Right, that's a basketball cliche, I think, but
yeah,
you know, like it's got to be true, even more true in hockey. How you expect to score if you ain't got no attempts in?
And they clearly don't think it's a coaching problem because Lindy just got that extension, so you know my man doing his job right.
Right.
But good enough. And that's another thing. I wonder if, as we watch it and learn, I imagine it's this way in every league though. But if hockey is like football, where sometimes like you'll love the one you with because the other side of that grass ain't always greener. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I imagine, most sports are like that, but some sports, I feel like basketball, they'll move on from somebody quick.
Yeah, they'll give you about 2 seasons before they're like, you know what? I know we just extended you, or I know we just signed you to this deal. 2 years into your 5, we're just going to go in a different direction.
All right. So I just changed and put a bunch of hashtags in there and that involve the sports that are on right now and everything. Oh, it's 16-12 shots right now. So, and they about to take another one. Bam.
I think it's 17-12 now. I don't know. I can't really see.
Yeah, now it's 17. Yeah. They just attempted another. I said they were about to attempt another one. You got to remember, I stream.
Mine's still at 15. They just got to 16. So y'all way ahead of me.
Oh, yeah. Duck's way behind us. All right, so G said he doesn't think that this is the best time of year for sports. When do you think the best time of the year is for sports?
No, I'm not saying that it's not the best. I'm just saying it's a little overwhelming because you got 3. Well, I don't really watch baseball. So really it's basketball. Like I said, on my priority, basketball, football, and then, we said we were going to get into hockey. And like I said, basketball and hockey can be any day. So it's going to be a fun balancing act trying to figure out what game I want to. I think I'm going to put hockey on the TV and put basketball on my tablet. My tablet is 10.1 inch screen, so I can still catch the game. But if my focus is me trying to get into hockey this season, I got to actually, watch all of it and let it digest and, try to understand as much as I can basketball. Been watching basketball since freaking 2001, so.
Here's the other side of it, though. It's like we're only talking about the big 4. There are fans of other sports.
Yep.
Right? I don't know NASCAR schedule. I think they start in February, right? They're not racing. Right
I think something's going on with soccer too.
But soccer, I don't know their schedule, and I know college wrestling starts in a few weeks. Usually, it's like the end of October.
Actually, Mike, we really limited because there's college too. And WNBA. I watched the second game of the.
I never said. Yeah, they're in the whatchamacallits in the
I was
finals.
watching that the other night.
I never said. I never said which league. It's not like I said NHL or NFL. I said football is on, hockey is on,
Got
baseball's
you.
in the postseason. I was very, mindful of the way I said it. But y'all are right. Like there's other stuff that's going on. There's some people that care more about college football than they do NFL because the
Absolutely.
college thing is about what school you attended. That's never going to change. That fandom doesn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? Players go to different teams all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
that college fandom is different, man. They go hard. That's like an event. So
Yeah. And
you
plus,
know,
some of those
uh,
states don't have professional teams, so they latch on to
right?
the collegiate levels. And
How much about sports is a guy supposed to know? Because have y'all ever been? Well, let's answer that question first, because I also want to know if y'all been around somebody that know too much about all sports and they just
I
annoying.
was about to say, know the sports you follow.
yeah,
That know the sport. Like I'm not about to get up here and talk hockey like I know hockey. I'm not going to talk football like I know baseball. You know what I mean? Like I was shocked by the shot counter. Like that was. I'm assuming that's what they call it. It's a shot count. I was like, yo, hockey
hold
is
up.
so
Did we figure out what the phrase is to kickoff? Like kickoff is football, tip
Oh,
off
yes.
is basketball.
What did I
We
say?
did
Puck
figure it out.
off? What did I say?
No,
Yeah, you
you
said like
puck
puck
off.
off.
That's not it. Hold on, wait.
I feel like I've heard it before.
And
No,
Mike,
y'all,
I was
y'all know what
hoping,
it is. Y'all know what
Mike,
it is. I
Mike,
got to
I
remember.
was
I can't
hoping you would do the
It's called a
homework on
face
this.
off. It's a face off, guys. We knew that though.
Face off.
Yeah, I have.
It's a
heard that.
face off.
Definitely heard
Yeah, but we knew that though. Like, and we overcomplicated it so much. we like it just didn't
I
make
feel
any
like-
sense.
I feel like we've all seen Mighty Ducks, and that was a moment. Right?
Yeah, right there. That's our only introduction to hockey. Mighty Ducks.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that is the
That's it. That's it. That and I told y'all the one time my college roommates, the suite mates, were like, "Yo, come watch this game with us." I didn't know what was going on. I never knew who had possession. Just
I did
so
put it
excited
to.
to be in that room with them. How excited they were! I was like, "I can do this. Let me know when the next game is. I'll be back."
I did put a tweet that said, just like football highlights the first down marker for the televised viewers, hockey needs to do that for the puck for the televised viewers. Just a little something, because sometimes if you not really paying attention, you be like, I don't know where the puck is. You just got to follow who's ever skating after it.
I mean, yeah, if you take your eyes off of it, then it can absolutely get confusing, But when that's why I'm so impressed with these goalies. Like when I was younger and I saw the goalie, I saw the pads, how big they were, and so I'm like, man, how does anybody ever score? That's impossible. But then you see these guys who are like really just watching the puck the whole time, like, yo, God bless them. Because I've seen some of these shooters like do the little training videos. They can place that joint in the smallest of pockets from mad far away. Like they are like the real shooters can shoot.
I don't know if you saw some of, because NHL has their All-Star weekend. They put targets in the net, and you see them like shoot at it, and it break apart like it's a clay pigeon. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they be killing it. They be killing it. So, have y'all ever encountered? Oh wait, so y'all said y'all settled on know the sports that you know. Like,
Yep, no sports that you watch. You don't have to know 100% of it, but
Right, and
enough
that's,
to
I'm not
clue
saying
in someone.
I'm not saying know the players and know the schemes and all, but like know what you're looking at. If you watch it regularly and somebody be able to explain the basics at least.
Yeah, I can explain the basics. Like there's stuff I've been following football for 13 years now, and there's stuff now I'm still like I didn't know that was a thing. Like I just learned that today.
I just learned a new baseball rule, and we'll move off of the sports topics because we do have a couple of other ones to get to. I learned a new football rule yesterday.
Oh, lay it down.
Yesterday. And I've been following baseball for football. Damn, why I keep saying baseball? I've been following football for a long time. Duck, did you know that there is a rule and something that you can attempt called an onside punt? Yeah, exactly. Neither did I. And I saw one. A college team tried it, or a college team tried it. And I saw it and I was like, what the heck kind of broken play? They called it a first down. So It was a direct snap to like it was going to be a fake,
Mm.
right? And they threw it to a guy on the side, and then the guy dropped the ball to kick it like it was going to be a punt. And once it passes the line of scrimmage, after making those 2 points of contact, it's anybody's ball. So he recovered it, and it was their ball. They maintained possession.
And it's only got
So the
past
quarterback snapped. It was snapped to the
that's not
quarterback.
the NFL ain't got that rule. I promise you.
Yes,
the NFL.
hold on. I'm about to pull it up and show you because I thought, oh, this is only hockey. Like, I mean, damn it, it's not hockey. It's only college.
It's only college.
Between Sean McVay and Sean Payton, the two Seans, and Belichick, one of them would have tried that by now. We would be very aware.
I kind of feel like we might be aware of it. Someone would have tried it.
I want to show y'all, but I don't want to get our channel banned. How do I do this? I tell you what, I'll put the link in here. Y'all watch it real quick. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put the link in for y'all to watch it on your phones or whatever devices y'all have with y'all now. Y'all got your phones with you?
Yeah.
Bro, this joint was crazy. I saw it and I was like, does this exist in this? So this was a oh wait, I sent the wrong one.
Oh,
It's all right, it'll still work. It's a CFL. But they just did it.
this is not a water bottle.
And apparently it's a thing. All right, so while the guys are looking that up, so they snapped the ball.
What kind of?
And
Bro,
it was
that-
successful.
That
made
that's
a
a foot.
Nah, bro.
Nah, yeah, that's not going down in the NFL.
And CFL is very, very weird. Canadian football is very different. They got different rules on purpose because they try to make it interesting to draw American fans in.
Because if that was legal, why not do it?
I should say U.S. fans.
I can't talk at the same time.
I was saying I should say U.S. fans because Canadians are American. Gee, what were you saying?
If that was legal, we would see that every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday.
We see that every week. You would see that every week. What's this little girl doing?
That's crazy. But it also makes you wonder what other rules are out there that you have not seen. Like, there's some plays or rules that are deep down in the rule book that I'm waiting for it to get, busted out. I'm like, hey, look, and everybody's like, what? All right, you know what? Think about when you guys first saw the tuck rule.
Let me ask you something because you're saying that, right? Way back, Patriots, Raiders.
And I just said that. I was like, think about when you guys saw the tuck rule for the first time.
Well, what I was going to say is, do you think that gets enforced if Belichick doesn't bring it to their attention? I don't, personally.
Wasn't he the one that I've seen the game, not live, but in like replays and stuff? But was it him that challenged it?
That's how I remember it.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Does the tuck rule get enforced if Belichick doesn't bring it to the officials' attention?
No, there's a lot of rules that are on the books that don't get enforced. Apparently, like there was a page. I don't know if it still exists on Twitter, and all they did was highlight rules that were broken that are like commonly like people just don't say anything about it. They're like old, outdated rules and stuff. So, it says Lions successfully execute onside punt versus Packers 2014. So I find the article, but wait. So the article is very misleading. The title of the article is exactly what I just said, but it's not what it was. So the Packers forced a safety against the Lions, so that's 2 points in possession.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a drop kick. They don't put the ball on the tee. So instead of sending their normal kicker out, they sent the punter out, and the punter just popped the ball in the air really, really high. and allowed their players to get under it. So that was what the Lions did, and they got possession back.
I wonder who that punter was.
It was Sam Martin.
Never heard of him.
They said the onside punt is actually a bit easier to execute than the onside kick. On a drop kick, you can pop the ball as high as you want, which gives your players more than enough time to gather under the ball. And you don't have to bank on the random bounces of an oblong ball. Randall Cobb called for fair catch, but nobody got under it in time. The Lions were still down a lot, but props to them for pulling it off.
Time out. Has anybody been watching hockey? Because apparently we're losing.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
it's 1-0.
1-0.
But
So I wonder why you don't see more.
And since it's actively happening, what is power play?
all right, so I can explain what a power play is. I do know this.
I'll
one.
let you take that away.
Cool.
Take it away,
All right.
Mike.
So there are 7 people on the ice at one time for each team?
Oh, we just tied it.
I have no idea.
All right. So anyway, this is what a power play is. Let's just say it's 7. I don't know if it's 7 or if it's 5 or 6. I forget with the
6?
goalie and all that shit.
6?
I forget. It's 6?
I think 6.
All right. So it's 6 on 6, right? And that counts the goalie. So it's 5 on 5 plus the goalie. You know that there's penalties in hockey. Like you can be put in the penalty box. You're not allowed to bring someone in for that person that's in the penalty box. So it's a 2-minute penalty sometimes. It's a 1-minute penalty sometimes. So while that person on the opposite team is in the penalty box, that's considered a power play for your team because you guys have the power. You guys have more power on the ice than they do. So instead of it being 5 on 5 or 6 on 6, it's 5 on 6. So your team that has the 6 has the power play. Yeah.
You have the advantage. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And it is 6 on 6.
Okay. There you go. 6.
That's cool. And did they label it that way?
I wonder how many points in hockey are scored on power plays. All right. Enough of the sports stuff. Let's get to some topics here. Let's start with this one. G sent this image to the group chat. We'll kick it off with this one. G, you want to break this down?
All right. So for those who are not familiar with the Oscars of 2022, basically Chris Rock was hosting, made a couple of jokes aimed at Jada. Will wasn't too thrilled about it. Got up, slapped Chris Rock. Most of the people thought it was a bit. Coming to find out, it was not a bit. So fast forward to this week, we find out that Jada and Will have been separated for 7 years. And not only separated for 7 years, they have not been intimate the entire time. So my process was, what was it that made him go up and slap someone for someone he's no longer with? So my question is,
did you see the look she gave him?
What'd you say?
Did you see the look she gave him?
I did, but I'm also like, now that we know what's been going on the last 7 years,
the
like,
thing is secretly, right? You gotta keep up appearances.
But I'm not. Well, they are actors, so they can, do this. But me, I'm not an actor. I'm like, once we're done or separated, like that's it. There's no faking it, no pretending, no putting on airs, whatever else term that you have for it. I'm not doing it. Like, hey, look, guys, we're separated, and be just like any other normal couple. Hey, we're working on it. We're not working on it. Whatever. Don't be out here faking the funk. Like, be real about it. Would you guys have done? Would you have risked your career for someone you're no longer with? I guess is what I'm asking.
Absolutely not.
And to be so public about it as well.
The explanation I just gave you, appearances be damned. We have not cared or loved about each other in all this time. This was after all that stuff with her.
People talk with what's his name? She was with August Alsina.
August, yeah. This was after all of that, right?
Yeah, August.
Not a snowball's chance.
What's up, Mike? I mean, look, the truth of the matter is this, guys, right? Like, that's still the mother of his children.
And that's what somebody in the comments said to my comment. I'm like,
Well,
I don't
wait.
care.
Okay, all right, that's fine. You
Y'all,
might
y'all
not
know
care.
y'all know how I feel about my baby mom. So keep going. Let's see where this goes.
That's still his wife. They said separated, not
That's
divorced.
different. No, that's different.
Yes, technically you are still legally married, but
Okay, and
you have not gone through the process to divorce. You're separated, so you're broken up, but you're not legally divorced. You're still, yes, that's still your wife, that's still your husband, but 7 years, you guys are nah, bro,
All
nah.
right. What's up, Mike? And Mike, go ahead and finish.
yeah, so all right, you're separated, not divorced. The mother of your children. Y'all have been together for decades. And here's the bigger part. The bigger part is people don't know that y'all are separated. They just assume that y'all have had an open marriage for years. So he's disrespecting me as a man by making jokes on my wife, thinking I'm not going to do nothing about it. Now I got to think about how you're processing that, right? So, G, you and your lady could be in the middle of arguing, and y'all not best friends. There's been times where I've gotten phone calls. All right, Mike, whatever, man. Like, I might sleep on the couch tonight type stuff, right? Like y'all could be not seeing eye to eye, right? But if some dude randomly disrespects her, just because y'all ain't seeing eye to eye don't mean he can't get clocked in his eye.
No, you're right. We're still married. We're still living together. We're not separated. That's where I'm like drawing the. I'm like, I'm not going to go up there and.
All of that is true for them.
It's like that.
Everything you just said applies to them.
I'm not getting up. I'm
like
not
that.
slapping nobody. I don't care. Let's
like
keep
that
it
That's like that old comic strip. I'm sorry, say it again, G.
No, go ahead.
I was saying it's like that old comic strip with the two old people where it shows them arguing, and then they're like outside in the rain or I don't know if it's cold or whatever. He gives her like her jacket or holds an umbrella for her, like, "Yo, I'm mad at you, but I still love you." Like, y'all never seen that.
But
no.
Yeah, I'm not getting out my feet in a public forum and making a spectacle because someone made a joke. Was the joke funny? Was the joke right? I'm not here to say, but to do what you did, knowing that you guys are in the situation that you guys are in, is a little much.
I disagree with you because here's the other thing too. They said 7 years. Chris Rock has been making jokes about her for a long time. That wasn't the first time he did that. And I don't know if you remember, all that surfaced afterwards. There was clips going around of all the different times Chris Rock used her as punchlines or used her as jokes. So
I didn't know that.
Oh man, see now y'all about to have me pull it up and
But
show
the
y'all.
thing is, the last Chris Rock stand-up that I watched, he said, she came at him, they go at each other. That's been their thing for a while, apparently. Since going back to the animated movie that they both did. I can't think of what it's called at the top right now. But that's been their thing. She came at him because she was saying that he should have boycotted the Oscars because Will wasn't nominated for a concussion or something. So they've been kind of like throwing jabs at one another.
That was one of the later things, but they had been going back and forth with each other for a while, like she said, But so that's kind of my point, though. It's like it was a long established history. I'm sure at some point someone said, "All right, like enough is enough," and you still did it anyway. You know what I mean? Then there's all the different emotions involved with it. Why her hair was that short in the first place? The history. That's still my wife and everything. Like. You got to think about all that stuff that's going on. And Will laughed at first. He laughed.
He did.
Cracking up.
And then he looked over and saw that it offended her. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's anything wrong with if you see that your wife is offended, you got to say something. Now, I don't know if I would have walked up there and smacked him, but like he going to start yelling from the stage when everyone else is laughing. Anybody gonna hear what he's saying anyway?
Right.
I don't know. I feel like y'all would have done it. I feel like y'all would have done it.
Mike, you forgot who you talking to. I am petty. We're not together for 7 years.
That's not even a matter of pettiness.
No, there's just
Let's
no.
go,
I'm
baby.
off of principle at this point.
But
Like,
no, he's right. If I ain't get the yams in 7 years, bruh.
and she embarrassed you at every chance she gets on the round table talk about I wasn't whatever, it was entanglement, and now I still miss Tupac and all this other stuff. You embarrass him at every chance you get.
Dragging me in public.
Hold on. Y'all see, everything now makes sense. Now we know why she called it an entanglement. It wasn't an affair. Think about this for a second. Everything that was said and done, the reason why she still tweets about Tupac and how much she misses him and loves him and all that shit, all of it makes sense now, right? So it was an entanglement. It was a situation. They never called it an affair. Not one time did they call it an affair. That's why she chose the words that she chose. Y'all just don't want to admit it. Y'all don't want to see it.
Whatever. She embarrassing Will, and he putting up with it. Like, bro, it's okay.
And that's my thing.
Y'all had a great run.
He need to go ahead and separate himself. Kids are grown. Are they close enough to? I don't know how old his youngest is.
Nah, they got to be grown now.
Right.
Yeah, Willow's probably in her like mid-20s, if I had to guess.
Already mid-20s? You think so?
Well, I'll Google it.
I know. The boy is. What's his name?
Jaden.
Jaden's like he ain't what 5-6 years younger than me. He ain't that much younger than me.
She's 22.
Okay, I was close to mid.
Early 20s. Yeah.
And now there is another one. There's a kid named Trey Smith. He's older though. That's
Yeah, he's the firstborn
child
from another relationship.
Right. He's the oldest one. He's 30. And then there's what's his name? And then there's Jaden. And we know Jaden grown. Yeah, Jaden 25. So, I mean, the kids are grown. You don't got to keep up for appearances no more. You can go ahead and get out of that.
No reason to stay in this. Don't let her keep disrespecting you publicly like this. Walk away, bro.
Like it's to the point where now it's just like, remember back in the day when celebrities, there was a mystique about a celebrity. They only let you know as much as they wanted you to know. Now we live in share everything because of social media.
No, that was always one of my things. That was always a big thing for me. That you knew everything. I never grocery store growing up. Y'all remember that spot on Olden? It was always like 12 different grocery stores over the course of our childhoods. The spot on Olden.
It used to be, yeah. It was like I know what you're talking
about.
Yeah, I think it's a Save-A-Lot now or something like that.
I have no idea.
You're talking about Foreman Mills, right?
That's the Foreman Mills.
Yeah, it's Save-A-Lot now.
You'd be waiting in the checkout line. You see the tabloids, and it was always celebrity. I'd be like, yo, why do people even care? I was wondering that in second grade. I remember vividly being in second grade. Why do people care so much about the private lives of celebrities? I get it. They're on television. They're entertaining us. You should not be. They're not in your business like this. Nobody is in. Even the prominent doctors, lawyers, whatever else, architects, high-paying jobs. Nobody else is in their business like that. Like, leave these people alone. Let them have their privacy. So no, G, I disagree with you. I disagree completely. They did not have privacy back in the day. I
think it was more so them prying because we didn't have social media. You don't really know what they're up to now.
Social media makes it easier, and celebrity. Nobody helps themselves with how much they do.
To an extent, there's still some mystique about people, but some people just to sell everything about their lives. Like, we're inundated with reality shows. It's to the point where I don't even know who these people are, what they're famous for. I'm like, who's this person?
Y'all are contradicting yourselves.
What you say,
y'all contradicting yourselves with the old everything is public. The reason why this is a topic is because they've been separated for 7 years and nobody knew. That's why it's even a topic. It don't get much less public.
That's not us contradicting. Okay, and I will say, we classified it as open, right? That's everybody as an open relationship. You knew. Yo, Will and Margot, bro.
I think we all knew to an extent because there's been rumors out there floating around for years.
Will and Margot, I was like, yo, he not doing nothing with Jaden no more. That was my thought with him, but with the stuff between him and Margot, not even the movie.
Him and who?
Margot Robbie, when they were in
not even the shots you would see from the sets of the movies they did together. Like when they would run into each other at events and all that. Like it was it was too much there. Like you could see
What were y'all
the
talking
way they were looking at each other.
Margot Robbie, the girl that played
Harley Quinn.
Wall Street, Leonardo
Can't hear y'all at the
DiCaprio.
same time.
She played Harley Quinn. She was Leonardo da Vinci's Leonardo DiCaprio's
Love
wife
interest.
for Wall Street. The movie was it called Heist? What was the movie? Him and they did two movies together.
They did Focus and they did
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Oh, the chick from Suicide Squad. I know
It
you're
was
talking.
called Focus. That was the one where they were like pulling.
Yeah, they were the con artists.
That was I only watched that.
I like that. I did
but
like
I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.
Was she the same woman that was in Hitch? I mean, not Hitch. What was the superhero movie he did? He was drunk.
No, that's not
No,
her. That's
that wasn't her. That's Hancock. I don't know.
Hancock.
Her name is escaping me at the moment.
But no matter of fact, she's Barbie. She just did Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie.
Fine. But for the people that are watching right now, I want to know if y'all watch hockey. So put it in the comments, say yes or no if you guys watch hockey, because I got some hockey questions that need to be answered right now. So right now we're doing we got two things on at the same time. We got the Devils hockey game on. By the way, at the end of the second period, it's 2-1. Devils are up again. And then the football game is on. And by the way, whoever Washington is, the punt returner for Kansas City, he should be fired. My man tried to catch a punt like this, Duck. He had his hands like this. And needless to say, it bounced off his face mask.
He needs to be cut at halftime.
It bounced off his face mask and rolled down his chest. But he did recover it, though.
Did y'all notice that some of the Devils hockey players, the names are inspired by Jersey?
Yeah.
They got Hamilton and they got a Mercer.
No.
But they got a Hamilton, they got a Mercer.
What's up? That's dope. All right, so Mike said he hasn't watched it in a while, but he's a Montreal fan. We're not into hockey like that, but we are claiming Devils because New Jersey, that's what we do, right? But my question, dang, what was the question we had earlier about hockey, guys? We knew the face-off thing. It was another question we had. Because that was the point of me going and put the hashtags and trying to get hockey people to jump in real quick.
What was the one right before Duck's power play question?
I can't remember. It'll come back to me. When I think of it, though, I'll ask it. All right. What other topics do we have, y'all?
Do we want to do mine? My second one?
Which one was that? Is that something I got a graphic for, or
no?
It
doesn't have a graphic for it. So
okay.
October 10th, this past Tuesday, was National Face Your Fears Day.
Mm.
And they did it to correspond with spooky season. So it's all about facing your fear, whatever, if it's a real fear. Well, obviously, when I say real fear, some people are like, okay, I'm afraid of heights. That's a real fear. Some people I'm afraid of clowns. To other people, when they hear that, they look at them like, that's not a real fear. So I'm not going to downplay any fears. There's whatever fear you have it. So it's all about overcoming whatever fear that you have. So my question for us tonight, do you have any fears, or have you had any fears you've overcome?
Okay. So I'll start with fears that I've overcome, because I have to actively think about sincere fears that I have now. I used to be afraid of the dark, but I was very, very young, like 6, 7 years old type young. I was very afraid of the dark. And then growing up where I grew up at my grandmother's house, there is one light for the whole property outside, and it will be dark. So asking me to take out the trash was a task. That long, dark driveway surrounded by woods, and it was all kinds of wildlife out there. Don't ask me to take the trash out and fall. It was terrifying. You hear everything moving in the woods. So that's why I like dogs so much, just so y'all know. I always would take my dog off the chain and make him run around the whole yard while I was taking the trash out, because that was the only way I knew there were no animals close to me. I didn't have to worry about nothing coming to get me. Now I love the dark. Now that's like my ish. I like being outside in the dark by myself. Like, I still go out with the dog or whatever, but I love the dark. So that was probably one of the biggest fears I overcame. And another one was heights. I used to like get nauseous climbing up things. And so the way I got over that, my grandmother's house, to get into the basement, she's got like this little stairwell from outside, and there's a little overhang. I used to climb up there and stand on the edge of it. And then once I wasn't afraid of that, I would climb on the roof from the overhang. I would pull myself up and I would stand on the edge, sit on the edge until I got comfortable. And I actually fell asleep on the roof one time. So it was like that fear is gone. Then I started climbing trees and everything. So all the fears that I had, I think I have overcome. Now my fears are more like, I fear like something happened to one of my children, like one of those kind of things. I don't have other fears. I'm not afraid of death. I might be more afraid of dying than actual death, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't want to like drown or stuff. You know what I mean? Like burn.
Yeah.
Like, but
Right,
I don't think that's like
depending on the how. Yeah, there are
Right.
certain ways
Like-
you don't want to die.
right. It's how
Drowning
you die,
is
not
close
the
to the top of my list. Drowning is close to the top of my list. Just quick. I either want to die peacefully or just quick. I don't want to be aware.
I was
Don't
told
worry.
if you didn't fight the drowning and just gave in and just like inhaled, it's like going to sleep. From what someone told me.
Who told you that? And how the fuck
How-
they know?
How would anyone know?
Right.
How would anyone
I don't know, but they was like, hey, once you stop fighting it and just, it's like going to sleep. I wouldn't know, because I always said if I had to pick a way to die outside of dying in my sleep, it would be to freeze to death. I would rather freeze to death.
No, I don't want to drown. I don't want to burn. Burning just because I feel like you're so aware of so much.
I think you would die from smoke inhalation if you're gonna burn. The body will be
you
charged.
would die before. Yeah, I know that's
Right. I think that's
Or
what
you
happened
would-
with our little cousin anyway. Like I think like when they did her autopsy, it was more of a suffocation thing, not the fire was second hand. You have any idea what I'm talking about? Portia.
Oh! I forgot about her. Wow! Oh my god! But that was so long ago. That's why I forgot. And
Yeah, no.
pretty sure she was older than me. Yes, right?
No. It was so long
I don't
ago.
recall. I don't actually recall meeting her.
Oh no, I remember because we were all cool that summer. She actually came over. We were living on Hanover, and we had a girls' weekend at the house, and they were all there. And I remember they were all singing Waterfalls because they all wanted to get in the hot tub. We had the hot tub in the bathroom there, and they were all singing Waterfalls.
Oh no, I have met her. Oh, okay. Let's
Yeah.
move on. I can't believe I forgot. That's one of those memories that over time. Okay.
So, Doug, I know you cut out when I was asking the question. This
Yeah, I have
week,
no idea what happened.
so this week is Tuesday, October 10th was National Face Your Fears Day. Do you have any fears, and do you have any fears that you have overcome?
So as far as overcome, the in the dark thing, like Mike, I think every kid at some point fears the dark. Other than that, nothing else I can say that I've overcome, because otherwise I realized at a young age, even with the dark, matter of fact, it was just like, it's a figment of your imagination. It's just either stuff you've heard or imagined. So there's really nothing to fear. And when I realized that, taking out the trash, like Mike said, taking out what I used to do when I had to take out the trash and I forgot about it, and I said, they need to wake me up in the middle of the night, tell me to take the trash to the road, or they would just you're not going to sleep, you're not laying down until you take out the trash, which is a dream to every kid until you're tired. And I would go out there. I was making mad noise, mind you. Like, you ain't seen where I grew up, but Mike knows where I grew up. The neighbor's house is right there. Like, if the trash cans are here, the neighbor's house is just off screen, literally. Like that. That's
It's from your living room to your kitchen, G. Like, it's that close.
Okay.
And the thing is, the window that's there was their master. So My neighbor Eddie, Mr. Eddie, opened up. What are you doing? Stop making all that noise. Whatever it is you're doing, finish up and go inside and go to sleep. Like there was an accent. Like yo, he was mad as fudge. He was so mad at me. But that was when it was like yo.
Wait. Are y'all still watching the hockey game?
I got it.
Yeah, it's still on. Isn't it on? Yeah, it's halftime now.
Did y'all? It's not halftime. There's no half, but
Well,
it's the end of the second quarter, or second period. Did y'all see the Did y'all see the clip they just showed with the dog on the soccer field and he ran out and grabbed the ball?
No.
How did a dog get into a soccer stadium?
I'm behind, but I'm sure I'm gonna see it soon.
They showed like it's highlights from like around the world and stuff like that. And it was a soccer game going on. The dog got on the field and took the ball. And like they showed everybody chasing the dog and everything, trying to get the ball from him and all that.
I would
How
have
did that
said
happen?
fast or went back to the bench. I'm not chasing no dog. I'm gonna take this moment to get a rest. You know how big a soccer field is? I'm going to sit down and take a rest.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. That was funny. It was random, but it was funny. I'm sorry.
Do you have any active fears, Doug?
I was about to say, other than that, it's like it's literally like the potential of stuff happening, like my daughter, right? Stuff that's out of my control. I can't do anything about. I live so far from where she is with her mom that in the event of emergency, it's like I gotta be able to go. So just stuff with my daughter that is a concern in the back of my mind. Just the potential of what might. And then when it comes to me.
And there he goes.
That was my fault.
Oh.
They said there had been. I've always had a fear of. I'm saying always, probably since college. Once I realized that when I get like genuinely angry, I black out, and I tell people it's a purer blackout than any like alcohol blackout, because with alcohol, whatever happened while you were blacked out, it comes back to you over time. It comes back in pieces, but it comes back over time. When I black out in anger, to this day, the few times that's happened, I don't remember shit. So my biggest fear is blacking out in anger, waking up in a jail cell, and just okay, what did I do? Like that scenario terrifies the hell out of me. And that like I stay very like I'm so careful not to lose it and actually get angry.
Yeah, same here.
There are a lot of people that my baby mom thinks she seen me angry. I got exes who believe they've seen me angry. It's like, yo, you haven't seen shit, because I remember every detail of all of these scenarios that you're telling me. I'm aware of all of them, and I was aware in the moment. I've never lost any of it. You haven't seen shit. But it's like I call him the boy. G, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's our little cousin. He's told me a few times about an incident with me and him, and I always, you're lucky you're alive. That's what I always tell him, because I don't remember it happening. To this day, this was over 10 years ago. I was like a junior in college or going into my senior year or whatever. I don't remember it happening to this day. He describes it in very vivid detail, and I'm you're lucky it was a couch and not outside on the sidewalk or on the hardwood floor. Like you're lucky. That's all I got for him. I can't apologize. I can't feel bad for some shit I don't remember. So,
that's not true.
You think I should be able to feel bad for something I don't remember?
Yes. Yeah, people do stuff inadvertently all the time, and oh, my bad, I didn't mean to. I didn't know I was doing that. I didn't know that's what happened. But sorry.
That's different. But I think of that in terms of like words I say. It wasn't my intention with what I said to make you feel something. I was literally just speaking the truth. But actually, if I feel that way about words, I probably should feel that way about actions. So,
yeah.
I might owe my cousin an apology.
The only other fear I used to have that I overcame, I think it was associated with my fear of heights, was just flying. I used to hate flying. And then now I relax on flights. Like I'm cool. Like it's very relaxing. It's not often I get to be a passenger on anything and not have to be in control. You mean tell me I could close my eyes and not worry about nothing. Oh, give it to me.
I'll tell you what, my mentality with flying is if it is going down, ain't nothing I can do about it anyway.
Yep.
That's
And
like, if we gone, it's just my time. It is what it is.
when I was young, it was definitely dark, afraid of the dark and heights. I grew up, I had a 3-story house. So, if I was downstairs watching TV and everybody went upstairs, and then, it's my turn to shut all the lights off, bro, I left the hallway light on. And then I was so lucky because we had 2 light switches, one upstairs, one downstairs. So once I go upstairs, I could flick that light off. But
Look,
my mom
that's
would turn that
design.
light on,
They're all
bro.
like
I
that.
would make a beeline for them steps so fast you would have swore like as soon as the lights went off, somebody was instantly chasing me. Like I was gone. Then you try to talk to yourself like, yeah, man, that was fun. And you go up the steps, trying not to act like you're scared. So,
Oh man. What about like they think you're dead but you're not, and they start to like do the autopsy, and then you're like, oh, that hurt. Nothing like that.
nah. For me,
Man,
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I follow a lot of like different morbid pages and stuff like that on Twitter. And by the way, Mike, I know you're still in here watching. Tell us some of your biggest fears, man. And let us know if you overcame any of them. But like I follow these pages on Twitter, and I used to follow them on Facebook. I don't really use Facebook like that no more. But so in certain cultures, like if you die and it's not like a crime, they bury you within hours.
Yeah, that's
So
bro, my when my one of my best friends, his wife's father passed away, and he called me. I was this was 2 years ago. He called me, and he was like, "Yo, so I don't remember his father-in-law's name, but he passed away. Like, if you can, the service is then." And they literally in the Muslim faith, it's 24 hours.
Yep, 24 to 48 hours. They wash your body, and
the service is the next. And I was like, "Wait, where is?" And it was like, it wasn't like the part of Jersey I'm used to going to when I'm going to visit them. It was an extra hour on top of that. So it was like a 2.5 hour drive, and I was like, "Yo, I got you. I'll be there." But it was just amazing to me how quick they moved, because I find white people to be quick when it's within a week. Like in my mind, that is very fast.
Yeah.
You be like, "Yo, black people," when you see it in comparison, black people be dragging their feet. They wait week and a half, 2 weeks. You be like,
that body's still chilling.
It's like they're waiting for people to make their travel arrangement. When can you be here? We'll keep the body for 3 weeks. We got you. Like black people will hold off so that everybody can be present.
That body will be gray by the time.
White people be like, the following Saturday is gonna be the service. The Muslim faith, you got 24 hours.
Well, and that's if it's 24 hours. So I was actually, you didn't hear it yet, Duck, but the true crime podcast that we both listened to, the latest one was a girl that died going to see her dad, who was supposed to be sick, and she was buried in hours.
Dang.
She was buried within hours, and her husband was like, "Nah, they killed her." He went back out and had the body exhumed and all that stuff, and they found all the foul play evidence and everything they needed. And I'm not going to ruin it for you, but you'll like, it's not always 24 hours. It's not always 24 hours. So that kind of stuff is wild as hell to me. But that's because other countries don't try to profit off of death like we do here. Like here in this country, death is big business.
Not only that, do they do not autopsies, but do they do autopsies?
They do. Yeah, they do it. They still do them.
What about organ donations and stuff? Where they remove stuff. Do they?
I'm sure they do all that. They just get right. They get right to it. Dead is dead. Like, what are we waiting for? Especially with organ removing, like they got to do it like quick while the body is still good before the organs actually shut down. They got to get them anyway.
You gotta do it while the organs are still viable. So.
Yeah. But my other fear was heights. I was definitely afraid of elevators. My grandmother lived in a high rise, and my dad used to come get me and my brother when we go over there for the weekend and visit him. Before he take us back home, we'd go see my grandma, and she wasn't on like the first, second, third, fourth, fifth floor. No, she was up there. I'd go in the elevator and I would like wedge myself in the corner, and my dad and my brother be on the elevator, jumping on the elevator, it's shaking, and I'm screaming, "Stop!" And honestly, I still had that elevator fear until I got to my job. I'm 18 years old. I'm willing to take the stairs. There's 8 floors in my building. I'm like, I'm willing to take the stairs. After like that first week, I was like, all right, G, we got to man up to take this elevator, bro. And that's how I kind of got over my fear of elevators. And I also made myself get on a roller coaster. That's how I got fear. Heights still bother me, but now I kind of get it. You know, I can handle it much better than I was before. Before I look at it like, yeah, no, I'm not getting on that ride. Now I'm like, yo, we getting on this ride, right?
Okay. All right. I never had a fear of elevators. In fact, when I worked for the state in the first building I worked in, there was a certain elevator I would take because if you just bounce in it a little bit, you would get stuck. And I was like, I get paid to be stuck in the elevator. Yo, I know they got tired of opening doors and seeing me in there. Like,
Why is it only getting stuck on you, Mike? I don't know.
I don't think I ever had a fear of heights, but I think that's because like you hear about how common that is. And the first
Right.
time that I was up somewhere really high and looked down, it's like
somebody's stick just broke.
it's almost like you make a decision. Like you've been hearing about it for so long, and it's like there is a sense of overwhelming that first time you look down from really high. And it's like, well, am I going to be afraid of this, or am I just going to own it and just keep going on? And that's what I did in that moment. The first, I don't remember it, but same thing. I did the same thing with roller coasters. I know people have fear of roller coasters. First time I got on a roller coaster, it was like you get to the peak of that thing before it makes the big drop, and it's like, okay, am I going to be a fearful or am I just going to own it?
And I think that's the scariest part of the roller coaster is that first drop, because once you get through the first drop, it's pure fun after that. There's still some roller coasters, mind you. I live not too far from Six Flags. When we take the back way to go to the outlets, King of the Con, you see that before you even get to the place, and I'm still in my mind like, that's still too high for me to get on.
I've never been to the Jersey Six Flags.
Really?
I've only been to Six Flags once. It's the one in Boston. I've never been to the Jersey Six Flags.
My man been to Egypt. He been to Tokyo. He been Ibiza.
Well,
I did the Disney probably 5 or 6, maybe 7 times.
That's how you
to
know
this
that.
day, my favorite roller coaster is King's Dominion down in Virginia. It's Apollo's Chariot. I fell in love with that because I got on the Loch Ness. They got the Loch Ness down there. It might not be King's Dominion. They got 2 theme parks.
Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens, yes, it's Busch Gardens.
Gardens, the other one out there, yeah.
So they got the Loch Ness and they got Apollo's Chariot. Apollo's Chariot was new that year. Loch Ness was the first roller coaster I ever got on, and my older sister talked me into getting on it. And I was like, yo, that was fun. Like, what else can we do? She was like, well, let's go try Apollo's Chariot. Fell in love with it. I lost count of how many times I got on Apollo's Chariot that weekend. Like that was, and to this day, that is still my favorite roller. And part of it is nostalgia. I've been on better roller coasters since Busch Gardens has come out with a better roller coaster since Apollo's Chariot, because it was like the highest drop in the world at that point. But
hold on,
Apollo's Chariot is still my favorite.
Is it still around?
I believe so. I haven't been in over a decade. It's been years.
So Mike is watching. Hold on. Mike is watching right now. He says heights, but only like on ladders. I can fly and look out the windows with no problem.
I was about to ask him a follow-up.
So then he says, I don't go on rides at amusement parks either. But then his next comment says, I've been to Six Flags Great Adventure several times. So if you don't get on rides at amusement parks, why you keep going to Six Flags?
He was me. I used to wait at the end of the line for my friends who was on the roller coaster. They were like, hey, G, hold my stuff. Hold this for me. I would just wait. I would go just to hang out with my friends.
For that reason, and because he getting funnel cake and ice cream. Why he don't go to a local carnival affair? It's completely beyond me. He got to go to Six Flags for it, but that's his choice. I was gonna ask him, but I mean that answers the question. If he don't get on roller coasters, if it's different, if he's like secured, if he knows he's harnessed in for the height. But I guess if he's
honestly, my favorite, I guess, seat, for lack of a better word, is the harness, because I feel like I'm, more secure. Whereas the bars that go in between your legs or over your lap, I don't like those because one, your body is gyrating all over the place. American Scream Machine, before they tore it down, and El Toro, I got off it and my neck was hurting. Like I would have to turn my body
y'all see that
in
hit
order to
Mahomes?
turn my neck.
He okay. It looked bad in real time. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good. But that's my favorite kind of style to be secured into the seat is a harness. Everything else, I'm like, I'll do it, but it's not as, let's do this, get in, pull the harness over. Whereas the other ones is just like, you're kind of thinking about it, like, oh, this bar over the lap.
You ever been on Tower of Terror in Disney?
I punked out. I dropped. Nope.
Bro, that's one of the best rides I've ever been on. I lost again another one. I lost count of. I lost count in a day. How many times I got on Tower of Terror?
I saw what it was, and I was like, nope. I skedaddled right to the part. I was like, no, I want to get off. I didn't even get on. I didn't even make it to the ride. I was waiting in line, and I saw what I was in store for. I'm like, nope. The lady walked me right out, and I just waited for my parents and my brother to come out.
Mike a wild boy. He a wild boy. He said he went to Six Flags for the arcades. All right. I hear it. He said friends went on rides. They tricked me to go on a few once. I'm still afraid of them. I mean, look, hey, that's a fear. It's a fear, So that's what's up. I went to Six Flags a lot when I was young, like, late teens. But I mean, the rides were cool, but I was out there to go. We went in groups of guys looking for groups of girls. Like that's what we were out there for.
Yeah.
Wasn't the funnel cake.
It was the other cake?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man.
All right. I had some other topics that I wanted us to go over, but I can't remember what they were right now. I would have to go through my text threads and see. Let me see what we got here. In the meantime,
I threw two in there. I'm not remembering the one that I actually care about. Oh, I remember it. I'll set the scene first because it actually happened the other night, and I put it.
Hold on, there we go.
What?
I was trying to turn the light. You said you were setting scene. I was going to turn the light down low. I don't have a light down low button.
You need a dimmer. You don't.
Wow.
That don't work.
Wow.
Anyway, so I'll go ahead. The topic was when you see someone doing some of the dirt you used to do or nonsense when you were growing up. So I went door dashing the other night. I stopped at Wawa when I was done, put air in my tire, and went to a regular parking spot. Somebody was waiting for me. And I walk in the store. Whatever, my sandwich, right? I ordered that and grabbed whatever else I wanted, a donut and a drink. Waiting to get in the self-checkout. Kid walks in, stops. I see him walking immediately, short black kid. And he stops in his tracks when he sees me, pulls up his hood real quick. And I felt bad, but I immediately thought, this little nigga about to steal some shit. Like, you don't stop in your tracks like that and pull up the hood, realize, I fucked up already. I made a mistake. Sure enough, he walks up, grabs a donut, random donut, didn't look to see what flavor it was. Once he pulled up the hood, grabbed the donut, walked over to where the drinks were, and I guess he started something going or whatever. Walks back around. He slows down when he sees me again. Because I'm just looking at him. I'm following him. I don't care that he sees me. I'm following him like with my eyes. And like he stopped when he saw me, and then he kept walking, walked back to where the coolers were and all that, where the refrigerated drinks are. And he comes back around, donut's not in his hand anymore. I was like, I know that trick. I don't know where the cameras are in Wawa, but I was like, he wanted to get off the cameras. Put the donut in his pocket or whatever, walks back over to where the coffees and all that are, grabs his cup, turns around, walks back out, ducked under. And I was like, this little nigga. It was too obvious. Like
Yeah.
I was critiquing.
You're bold for making it that obvious.
I was critiquing it in my head, and I was there's certain places of that I never would have even thought to steal from. Wawas weren't prevalent in the part of Jersey where we grew up back in the day. Like the closest Wawa was across the bridge somewhere, right? So we weren't stealing from Wawa. But I was like, I'm not gonna try to turn them in. And that was my thing. Like, yo, I was trying to figure out, should I stop them and pay for it? I was like, yo, my money is tight. Like, I ain't got a job right now. Like I can't afford to buy his donut. I can't do it. Not right now. It was like, do I stop him and turn him in? I was like, nah, let little man get his hustle off. Hopefully he get away with it. Don't get caught. I'm not mad at it. I know I was stealing more. Like, to me, that looked like he stole a donut and a soda. Like, I've stolen much more in my time back in the day. So just when you see a situation like that or you're aware of it, what's your reaction? What are your thoughts? Is there any action taken? Because I had the option to stop him and either pay for it for him or
you want to know my honest thought?
I was like, nah, I ain't turning him in.
I'm taking it back to elementary school. I'm minding my business. I already, like you said, you explained the scenario. He came around the corner. You came around the corner. He stopped dead in his track. I already know what's going down. Okay, he either did something or he's about to do something.
Wait. It is. I felt bad. I felt bad for the moment I saw this little boy made up. When he froze, I was like, I know exactly what's about to happen. Like, I should not be prejudging. I don't even know the word, but that literally, when he stopped, I was like, this little nigga about to rob this. No.
See, I would be thinking like, well,
continue.
Because you never really know what someone's circumstance was. When I was shoplifting, it was, because of the circumstance I was in. Like, money wasn't cutting it. Hey, look, 5-finger discount. Hey, keep a lookout real quick. Boom, boom, booms. Especially winter time, you got the big puffy jacket on. That was that much easier.
Yo,
they just tied it up.
The puffy jacket was it, bro. But I was about that. That was one of my thoughts too. The reason I didn't, not the only reason, I was I got away with worse, but one of the reasons I didn't stop him too was I don't know his home situation. This boy might not have eaten all day. He might not have eaten 2 or 3 days for all I know. I have no idea. This donut may be the only thing he's eaten in a while. So,
I would be going through it in my head. I'm like, yo, is he stealing to be stealing? Is he stealing for, because he needs it? I would probably going back and forth in my head.
That's the thing. Like, if you're still in the still, you get excessive. Yo, let me go grab some candy. Let me go grab multiple drinks. You know what I mean? Like, he literally grabbed a donut, and it was either soda or water. It was clear. Like, that was it.
I know what I was going to ask about hockey. Sorry, it just hit me. Because Detroit just tied it up during the power play. So that's what the question was. Are there different? So Mike, I know you're still in here. Are there different times for power plays? Like, depending on the penalty, is it last longer? And also, does a power play end after a goal? Because they just scored, they made it 2-2, and now it doesn't say power play anymore. So did it end because the power play is over? So Mike, if you're watching, or if you can, let us know how power plays work in hockey. This is going to be my season of learning hockey better. So,
yeah, likewise.
Ditto.
But Mike, what would you do? You have young kids. What would you do if you saw that young man stealing or about to steal? Would you take pity? Would you think to ask, hey, you want me to buy that for you?
Wait, for the record, I do want to say, if my personal situation was better, I would have found a way to discreetly I will buy this for you. Like, that's what I wanted to do, but money.
So you know what? I'm also thinking in my head, because you have situations of, I guess my not worst fear, but I don't want my good to be spoken bad of. I have a kind heart, and I would be thinking about that situation. Hold on, what we got? Yes, there are different times, and no goal doesn't stop it if the time must have expired on it. Okay.
All right.
Dang, I lost my train of thought.
You said that different times. You said you thinking about it now, like what you would want to do, like
Oh, he
you
said he
just paid
doesn't want
for it.
to misconstrued or something.
Because I would be leery about approaching a kid because this day and age, you never know if they're, it might go sideways. Hey, he's, whatever. Like some stuff, I'm just like, nah, I'm just gonna
So
leave it
that's the
alone.
thing. The way the kid was dressed, he didn't. I get what you're saying, like an adult might enter, but it's like he didn't have anything on him that I wasn't worried about him like that it going south that way. Right? It wasn't like the kid was in gym shorts, a t-shirt, and a hoodie. That was it. He doesn't have anything on him. He's
You
literally.
said he had a hoodie, right?
Say it again.
You said he had a hoodie on.
It's a thin hoodie. It's a thin zip-up hoodie. I like when he pulled the hood. I saw everything inside the hoodie when he walked. There was nothing in the hoodie. So,
As far as me, no, I'm not. I'm not going to interfere. It's not my business. I did, however, I went to a Chick-fil-A just yesterday, and a kid was in there trying to buy a milkshake, and he was like $1 and some change short, and it was on the counter in front of him, and they were giving him a hard time. He was trying to put it on some card, and the card wasn't going through, and he was like, "All right, forget it," and he just walked away. And I was like, "Hey, bro, I got you." He's like, "No, no, it's cool, don't worry." I was like, "I got you." Like they already made it. Take the milkshake. It was $1 and some change left on it. I just paid for it and kept it moving. But no, I'm not telling them nobody stealing because I've been there before. I wasn't stealing because we ain't have it. I was stealing because it was low hanging fruit. I was bored, just doing stupid stuff. I don't think I've
that's
ever
part of
stolen
it. But
out of.
also, I will say, also, it was shit that my parents wouldn't let me have that I thought was unreasonable. Like you like, I never gonna buy me Pokemon cards. Ever. Never gonna buy me Pokemon cards. Okay, fuck. Yo, I got a hell of a collection to this day. 99% of that shit is stolen. It's down in my basement. I got a little briefcase down in my basement to this day. All my land, all my.
Bro, there's the answer to your money questions. I mean, your money situation right there. You might got some holographics, some first editions. Man, you better go look.
I've looked them up.
No.
I've looked them up. None of them they're not worth enough to change my situation. I wish.
Bro,
the collection of them is not worth enough to change my situation.
Some of these Pokemon cards are going for.
I know. Bro, I got a holographic Charizard. It's just in such shitty shape. It's not going to go for what the holographic first edition Charizard is going for.
Well, no, I've never stolen out of necessity. I went on a whole spree. Me and my stepbrother, we went to a whole shopping center on bikes, and we were just hitting every store. We would walk in the store. We had maybe $10 between the two of us, and we would walk in together, walk out together. But one person would go and buy like a pack of gum, while the other person just loaded their pockets, and we would just leave. And we hit every store in the shopping center until my man caught us. It was this store called Leroy's out in Bensalem. It was out in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. And we were in there. I'll never forget, I found a globe, but it was inside like this crystal, like it was just floating in there. It was like just a globe inside. I was like, yo, that's cool. And I was like, I'm gonna give this to my dad. Put that in my pocket. Oh, if I got this for my dad, I gotta get something for my mom. Put that in that pocket and everything. We go up to the register to pay. Guy just looking at us. I was like, all right, what's the total? He was like, well, you got to put everything else up here. I said, what? He was like, all the other stuff, you got to pay for all of that. Oh, you know what, man? I ain't got the money. No. And then all of a sudden he moved to the door. And I was like, well, I mean, we got out of it because technically we didn't walk out with it, so we didn't steal. But he had us empty our pockets, bro. We were loaded up. He was like, you guys get this from next door? You got this from next door? I said, it don't matter. That don't matter. It don't matter. Like, we just ran. We took off. We got on our bikes and we hauled ass. We got out of there. But I'm not turning in nobody, especially if they're super young. Like, that's not, I'm not doing that.
That kid was probably middle school age.
That's why I'm not turning no kid in. But to pivot off of that, Dangerous situations that you've seen or encountered at work. This is a topic that I wanted us to discuss. That's where I thought Duck was going with this because
Oh,
he
this
said he
is
was dashing at the time.
No, this is the one that I was like, I'm not sure about my example, even though I suggested it. And I told you, Mike. So the situation that made me think of this topic was, you've worked at Lowe's before, right?
Yeah.
So you're familiar with the item picker, right? The picker.
No, I worked in unloading.
Hold on, before you continue. Mike gave us some clarity. For a minor penalty, the shorthanded team can get its player back on the ice either when the time runs out or the team on the power play scores a goal. So that's why it ended
Right. So, Mike, the
right
next
after.
question from that becomes: what is, this might be loaded? What is considered a minor penalty? Answer that. Take your time because we're going to discuss the next topic. I was on the item picker one day.
Oh yeah, the machine that you stand on and it lifts all the way up. Yep, I'm familiar with it.
It's got the whatever at the back. I want to call it a tray, but a tray is definitely not.
I was gonna say boom.
Whatever. I was on that one that they told me to scan the snow blowers at the back of the store that were up in storage on the high shelves. And I was scanning. I'm in this awkward position, like half hanging off the shelf, half hanging off the thing. I got one foot on the picker, but it's like I'm saying a foot. It was probably like two toes. Like I'm just trying to get the angle.
But you're strapped in too, so that's a good thing.
Yes, strapped in. But my issue is I'm as high as this thing can go without hitting the top. And I'm looking down and I'm like, this is stupid. Literally my thought. This is beyond, like, they don't pay me enough to be up, because if something goes wrong, if the picker tips over, if I hit something, if I fall off, if the picker tips over and I'm strapped into this harness, I can't get off fast enough. Like, I'm going down with it. And if it tips over, it's taking both of these shelves down. So now I got to pray to God that it lands in a way that it just doesn't land on me after I hit the ground and break. So it was just a very dangerous situation. After that, like, I stopped volunteering to get on the picker. I stopped learning the narrow aisle reacher and the forklift. I was like, no, I'm not interested. I don't want the license. I didn't tell them this, but in my head it was like, y'all don't pay me enough. And there were enough, I call them kids, but they're adults technically, but they were fresh out of high school, a year or two, maybe 3 removed from high school. Like, they enjoyed all of it. They thought it was fun. And for me, it's like, y'all aren't paying me enough to be up here. So that was what made me think of the topic, was that situation. The most dangerous situation it was after work that I've probably been in. The parking lot after work, when I was, my project was at Sanofi. This was 2016, 2015 maybe. I'm walking to my car. I'm maybe 60 feet away from another car. Dude gets in it, starts it up. The thing instantly goes in flames. Literally, he starts the car up, and it starts smoking immediately. Within 30 seconds, the engine is on fire, and I scream, "Yo, get out!" Like, I was running up to it while I was simultaneously calling 911 to tell them to get down here. He jumps out real quick. Was there anybody else in there? I said this to him with 911 on the phone. No. I got out. My buddy didn't get in. I was going to give him a ride home. And probably within 2 minutes, if even, whole thing was engulfed in flames. That's the most dangerous work situation that I've ever, that I can recall anyway. I feel like there's more, but that's the most dangerous one that I can recall. Turned out okay, and I felt like a hero because I was the first one to call 911.
You want to go next, G?
Yeah, I never really had any dangerous situations at work. I've worked in places where I could have got hurt. I worked at Lowe's as an unloader. I worked at FedEx, UPS. They always tell you don't get on the belt when it's moving. I was doing it anyway. And we just scored 3-2. Let's go. We get jams. I'm on the top belt, which is like at least 10, 12 feet off the air, up in the air. And I could have got my foot stuck in stuff. a lot of things could have went wrong, but I never actually been in like a dangerous situation. I just had jobs where if you weren't careful, yeah, you could have, been hurt.
All right. So I got two. One involved me and one didn't, but both I was working at the time. So I used to work at a beer distribution company, High Grade Beverage out in Jersey. And, I thought I was, He-Man, young, strong kid. And I've always been strong. Um, but I got a hand truck full of beers, cases of beers. And I had just learned how to double stack the bottom. So let's just say you got a hand truck and you could go 5 high with the cases, okay? The boxes, the cases, you can go 5 high. Well, I learned that I could double the two, I could do half and half on the bottom and then go more. So it was 6 cases at a time. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Started doing that. Now I got 6 cases on there. You know what? I'm gonna try to double 2 levels underneath and see if I could do that. So now I got 4 on the bottom and I got 3 more up top. So I got 7. But I had to keep my hand on it and keep pressure on it because it wasn't quite enough weight. The 4 versus the 3, the numbers favor the 4 at the bottom. So you gotta keep your hand on it. So I get inside this place and they were like, yeah, the beers are going downstairs. So they show us where they go, and I'm like, all right, I could do this. So we get in and I'm outside the truck and I put the 2 on the bottom, I put 2 more on the bottom, and I stacked the 3 on top. The problem is where they had us taking the beers in the store, you had to go up a little tiny lip and then down to the steps. So when when you go, you got to tilt it back and you got to rock it so that the rubber wheels can get up and over.
Yeah.
When it went up, my hand bounced up and all the weight just went. So I'm holding on to this stuff and I started falling forward down these cement steps. And the guy that was there with me, I wasn't driving, I was a helper. The guy, he was like, let it go, let it go, let it go. And I let go. And that joint went beer everywhere down the steps and everything. He was like, don't worry about it. It's not the first time it's happened. Won't be the last time. We have a process for, documenting broken cases. We'll just chalk it up as broken cases and they'll get it back on the next delivery. Don't worry about it. But my brain wasn't wired to let it go. My brain was thinking, if I break these cases, I got to pay for it, and I can't afford cases of beer. So no, right? I was going to hold on to it and just try to fight it and see if I can get my footing back. But it was on the steps before I was even over the lip, and it was starting to go down. So I let that go. That was probably the most dangerous situation I've been in at work, other than like car accidents and stuff like that. I've been in, car accidents when I was doing pest control and stuff. But at the job I have now, I actually had an employee die at work.
Oh,
I think I told y'all about this
I
before. The
remember
guy,
you telling me, yeah.
yeah, one of the drivers at my job, he came in the office. He was a heavyset older gentleman, and he came in the office. We were about to make a Chick-fil-A run. He was like, "You want Chick-fil-A? I don't support Chick-fil-A. They don't. They're bigots over there. They don't like they have things against they're anti-gay and blah 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 blah. And if you can't love people, then I don't support you." And I was like, "All right, well, we respect that." But he was like really really going off on Chick-fil-A. Like he was angry about it. Like, we offered you some cookies, bro. Like, what's up? So he gets angry. He walks out to the warehouse, and at the end of the warehouse is our garage door. He was loading up his van. He went and he sat on the back of his van, like facing the warehouse. So he like opened the back doors on the van. He sat down and then he just fell forward, dead. Just massive heart attack. Just dead. Just like that. He like when I say dead, when he fell, he didn't even like put his hands out to brace for the fall. He was gone before his body actually hit the ground, like skinned up his face and everything, and blood and stuff was everywhere. It was really nasty. But I'm not gonna say irony, but when his birthday came around a couple months before, he made a joke. Well, this is the age my dad died of a massive heart attack. Let's see if I could beat the old man.
dang.
Yo,
Nope.
I forgot that you told me he made that joke until you repeated it. That's
Yeah.
Did you witness him falling forward, or it was just The
No,
aftermath.
so I was a supervisor and I was on the road and they called me, Mike, you got to get to the office right now. Like all the people that were there were just upset and crying. Like they were really, really upset. Like, and obviously, like they were trying to revive him and everything. We had our nurse there. She went out trying to resuscitate him. We got the I forget what it's called, but the breathing apparatus, like, so you don't have to do mouth to mouth now. They give you this, it's like a face guard, and then you
Yeah.
have a thing that like simulates the breath. They were trying everything. They kept his heart, like they got his heart back up and going again, and then the ambulance got there and they were trying to resuscitate him and everything. They cracked his ribs. You see his like chest sinking. It was bad, man. It was bad. And then they were like, "All right, Mike, you got to go." And the worst part is, as a supervisor, you have to take pictures. You have to document it. This is a death on the clock. So it's all kinds of legal paperwork and stuff involved. I had to go out there, take pictures of the scene. I had to take pictures of his van, the blood and everything on the ground. And then we had like this powdered bleach. I had to like get the blood off because you can't clean it up right away. You got to take the pictures and everything. You got to let the ambulance, everybody get out of there and all that. It was all kinds of, chaos going on. But, that was definitely the most dangerous situation I've ever had at work. Um, that and I was at a patient's house and we were going out because there were bad storms in the area. Um, and they were like knocking trees down, power lines, stuff were coming down. And while I was out at a stop, a tree came down on a power line, and I don't know what kind of line this was. The line was thick, and it was just popping and sizzling, and like so we couldn't leave the driveway. It was a live wire, and they would not allow us to get on the road or anything. And I'm sitting here thinking like, yo, bro, not for nothing. I'm not trying to be here all day. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and make this delivery. So I parked. I was out on the street, and I just started walking the oxygen tanks over. And the fire department people started screaming, "Are you fucking crazy? Get your ass out of there! There's a live wire right there." And I'm seeing here like the wires. I see the wire. I'm gonna go take this shit over there. I gotta go. The guy was like, "It's a storm. It's water. It's ground. You have no idea how the electricity could travel right now. Are you fucking?" They would go, "My bad, my bad." Call the patient. Hey, they're not letting me in. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Like, I need my oxygen. These are tanks. You need these tanks so you can go out. You got oxygen in the house. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, I gotta go. So those would be the top, most dangerous situations I think I've ever been in. That and being stuck in the elevator. Some people might consider that dangerous. But I
Oh,
was
let's
chilling.
go. 4-2.
I was chilling. Oh yeah, because they emptied the net. That's why. So any shot, as long as it's on target, boom, yeah. So Mike did tell us the difference between the minor and the majors. I don't know if we put that up there, G, if you want
Nope.
to read those. He said
Minor
minor
penalties
penalties
are
are. Go ahead, G, you got it.
minor penalties are 2 minutes in length and include tripping, hooking, boarding, spearing, slashing, roughing, holding, high sticking, elbowing, and charging.
You're giving me so much to look up
I
because
know, right?
No.
what's considered a board, what's considered a spear, what's considered a slash, roughing, holding seems obvious, tripping seems obvious, high sticking seems somewhat obvious, elbow
I think
charging seems obvious.
I think hooking is obvious. I'm assuming like hooking
I
someone
think
against
hooking
you, like
is
part of
true, but
tripping.
I feel like there's room for interpretation. Boarding,
And then
I have no idea.
Maybe slamming someone into the boards too hard or something excessive.
probably like
Spearing
excessively.
WWE.
If I had to guess what boarding is, it's like when you got somebody up against the wall, but you're not even playing a puck. Like you're just pushing them up against the wall so they can't move. I would
Yeah.
have to imagine that's what
That makes sense.
that I would imagine that's what boarding is. He'll explain spearing. It's probably charging somebody with the intent just to hit them and not playing the puck at all. I would imagine that's what spearing is.
WWE.
And then I think things like slashing and high sticking are just different motions with the stick. A slash is straight up and down, probably like
That was my thought too, yeah.
I'm imagining. I don't know. We'll find the stuff out. And then high sticking, I've seen where like people were swinging the stick high. That's dangerous. Like we wear
Yeah.
face masks, but it's a thin glass. Like that's crazy. Let the puck land where it's going to go. And then he's got major penalties here. Go ahead, G. You could take that one too.
Major penalties are 5 minutes long and are usually called for fighting or when a minor penalty is committed when deliberate attempt to injure. Okay, so that's probably like slashing or.
All right, so this is interesting because I thought I've always assumed fighting was illegal in hockey because they just let them go. So, is it the severity of the fight, or like what's? I'm confused now. There's a penalty for fighting, but why do they let them fight then?
Because I think both players.
When he said word deliberate attempt to injure, so maybe after
Damn, they just scored again.
You're trying to stomp them out.
They just scored again.
That got in there. That was beautiful too.
Detroit scored again?
I don't know much.
Yeah.
I just changed to the football game. I was like, that game is over.
Wait, I was watching the Jersey.
I mean, it's 33 seconds still. So, I mean, it's 4. I doubt they're going to score again. But, I mean, hey, I'm sure it's happened before.
No, that wasn't Detroit score. My bad.
To answer your question, though, Duck, fighting is allowed. It's not legal. So there's two different things, right? Like they don't stop it, but both of y'all go into the penalty box. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why. And then basically, major penalties is the difference between like a pass interference and then like, I'm sorry, the way I'm gonna equate it to football, right? I think like a major penalty is basically like when you commit a penalty, but you did it like on purpose or it was more harsh than what it should be. So in football, you can do incidental contact. It's a 5-yard penalty. If pass interference is a 15-yard penalty, or I'm sorry, it's a spot foul with the first down. And then there's things like defenseless player, right? Defenseless player is a bang play, but then there's also a personal foul, and you do it again and you're out of the game. So it's all the same penalty, but it's determined based off of like if you did something on purpose, like is it a flagrant type of thing? You know what I mean? So that's how major penalties end up. That's what it sounds like to me, like where you're doing it with the intent to like purposely trying to injure. You know, he explains boarding here. He says boarding is the action where a player pushes, trips, or body checks an opponent, causing them to go dangerously into the boards.
Okay.
All
so
right.
almost what we thought, but not fully what we expected.
Yeah. Hockey spearing is when one player stabs or pokes an opponent with the point or toe of the stick blade. So there you go.
I can't skate for shit, but if I could and tried hockey, that's not something I would even like. That just seems dirty to me. I wouldn't even want to do that. I'm not hitting you with the stick, with the blade of the stick.
Right.
Like if I incidentally hit you with the stick, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But stab or poke, well, that's wild.
I'm about to start taking notes. I'm about to be like, oh snap, that's spearing, ref.
Nah, you do that. You got to see me though. Don't come over here slicing me, bro. Like, nah, we're not doing that. You got to see me. And I'm not talking about even.
If I go to the trouble of learning to skate in general, and then you do some fuck up shit like that,
yo, you are an idiot. He says roughing is an offense and penalty in ice hockey when two players are in a minor altercation. So it's not a fight, but
is there like only 3 punches were thrown?
No, I think what he means is like roughing, like two people in the corner that's going at it. Like just all right, it's not a fight, but come on, y'all, like go play the puck. You know what I'm saying? There was actually one. I don't know if they called it because I got the volume down.
But we got the dub.
Yeah, no, we won that one.
All right, 1-0.
There was a penalty that they should. Well, I don't know if it was a penalty. I don't know if they called it or not. But one player didn't even have. So the Detroit Red Wings player stepped over the head of the Devils player, and the Devils player got up and just like pushed him right in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't looking for anything. Like he just went right to the guy and like pushed him a couple of times. So that would have been called like a roughing penalty, minor altercation, because then they started pushing each other back. He said hooking is a penalty in ice hockey and ringette. I don't know what that is. The act of using the stick in a manner that enables a player or goalkeeper to restrain an opponent. So it's like you ain't going nowhere.
That's how I interpreted what you were saying about what you thought boarding was. So, let me turn my stick, hold you up against the wall. I got that. You ain't going nowhere.
Got you.
Or no, is it using it like a You know, they used to hook comedians off the stage when they were.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that was ever real, but I know what you're talking about.
No, that's real.
'Cause,
I've
nah.
seen that.
You've never seen nobody pulled off a stage by their neck.
I've seen it in movies and TV shows, but
I've seen them take a big hook and like grab, like it would grab their shoulder, not the neck, but it would grab the shoulder and pull them off stage. It might have been a gimmick, I don't know, but I saw that.
Okay.
Show once.
I was about to say, because Showtime at the Apollo when the Sandman came out, bro, that was my shit, bro. Oh my God, I used to love that. Yo, the Broncos suck.
Yeah, they do.
I wish they were on the Panthers schedule this year.
I tell you what, though, I'm glad I benched Patrick Mahomes.
Why?
I didn't because my other option was Joe Burrow, and he's been inconsistent. Last week was his only good week so far. So
that's true.
Give me Mahomes over Burrow till I see 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and then I'll start picking by matchup, like I intended.
There you go, G. He got another definition for high sticking. This is what we thought.
High sticking is the action where a player carries a stick above the normal height of the opponent's shoulders and makes contact with the opponent.
Okay, that makes sense. That sounds like that sounds like the name. The definition sounds like the
right. Name. But see, where we were wrong was making contact with. Not so much wrong. We didn't include that part. Making contact. So we knew like high sticking is an obvious thing, right? But then you make contact with the opponent. So that's not safe. Like I get that. That's cool. Mike, again, thanks for the knowledge, man. We're trying to learn.
I appreciate you, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Typing all that stuff out. I hope you were doing some
copy
and pasting, man.
Like I hope that was like copy and paste.
He's still going. What's this one? All right, G, you up.
Charging is the action where a player takes more than 2 strides or travels an excessive distance to accelerate through a body check for the purpose of punishing the opponent. So it's like somebody was trying to hold him back, and he pushed through it to charge at a player.
No. Ain't nobody holding you back. Nobody's trying to hold him back. He's purposely going to just ram a player. Like it's not incidental contact. You are purposely going to ram him. Like you are boom, like you going to hit him. Like this ain't football. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be making contact like that on purpose. So
it says accelerate through a body check. That's the part that made me think he was being
No. An excessive distance to accelerate through a body check.
Okay.
So you're purposely accelerating so you can body check him. Like you're getting all your momentum up just to knock him down. And like you're not trying to knock him off of his spot so you can have an advantageous position. You were trying to knock him down. Like you going out of your way to lower the boom on somebody.
Gotcha.
And I ended up, he said it was copy and paste. So shout out to you, Mike. That's good shit. I ended up benching Mahomes because I got Josh Allen as another option. Both of them were playing bad defenses, but I'm just always weary of playing big name players on Thursday Night Football. If I can avoid it, I do it. And this year I'm lucky enough, I got both quarterbacks because I had a bad draft position. I was trying to use one as trade bait.
I've always been the opposite. I'll take the big name player. If you're consistent in general, I'll take you on Thursday night. But a player that like you're a regular in my lineup, for Sundays, but you're in reality you're not the most consistent player. I'm taking you out of Thursday.
I don't know if we have any more topics, but what Mike just said made me think of something. Mike, I know you're superstitious. Are you superstitious outside of sports, or is it just sports superstitions?
There are some superstitions, family traditions that have been ingrained in my head. And I try not to like enforce them on my kids, but like if I'm out with my family and we're walking one way and my kids split a pole, like I don't tell them what we're doing, but like, come back around, come on. Like, and they're like, what? Come on, let's go. We got to go this way. Like, we just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's little stuff like that. I don't do the whole black cat walking under a ladder. I've worked in warehouses too long to know like walking under a ladder is really bad luck and shit like that. That's not one of my things. Broken mirrors, that kind of shit don't bother me. I've broken mirrors before. I don't think I've had bad luck. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm not rich. Maybe I have had bad luck. I don't. Who knows?
Now, the reason why I was asking because you was like, yeah, I'm leery of playing big name quarterbacks, whatever. So that just, sparked in my mind, superstition. And like I said, I know you have sports superstitions. I didn't eat wings that week. That's why we lost, type of thing. So I wasn't sure if you had any, outside sports superstitions.
Right.
Duck. Oh, well, Duck can't hear us.
I
For
do.
me,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I was
no, go
gonna say
ahead.
I
Go
got
ahead.
a couple other things. No. So what I was gonna say was there are some other things that like I'm superstitious about, right? Like so, one of the things that I've noticed. So I do a lot of instant games instead of scratch offs,
Mm,
right? So it's the same as a scratch off, and they're basically the same exact thing, right? An instant game it prints on lottery paper ticket, right?
mm,
But instead of having to scratch your stuff off and see, like, if you won anything, you just scan it immediately and it'll tell you if you won.
mm,
Now, if you get a scratch off, you could just scratch off the barcode and scan it the same exact way. But what I have noticed, so I used to buy the tickets when I first started doing instant games. I bought one, it was a $3 one. I had just found out what it was. I saw a guy buy a ticket, scan it, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't win anything." I was like, "What's that?" And he was like, "Well, they have certain games, $1, $2, $3, $5, 10, all the way up to 30. No, all the way up to 50." And he was like, "You buy it, you scan it, and it tells you if you won." He was like, "It's just like that." He said some of them have what's called a progressive pot. I said, "Well, how does that work?" And he was like, "Well, let's say it's a $1 ticket. It starts out like how the Mega Millions does. It has a minimum pot of $1,000 if you hit the grand prize, and every ticket that's sold that doesn't win, it adds half of that amount to the progressive pot. So if somebody doesn't hit a progressive pot for a long time, even though the $1,000 is the minimum, it could be worth 600,000.
woo.
So when I would see the progressive pots get high, I started buying those tickets in bulk. So I would buy a bunch of them, but I wouldn't win anything on them. So here's my superstition. If I want 10 of them, I'll buy one at a time. And what happens is I think because it's all digital and it's programmed, like they control whether or not you win, literally, right? Um, Same thing with the lottery, they control whether or not you win. But I noticed that I'll hit for more like smaller pots. So a $10 ticket, I'll win 50 on. But if I buy 10 of those $10 tickets, I might win $10 back on all 10 tickets in total.
Mm.
I feel like when it knows you're just gonna give me this $100, there's no need for you to win nothing because you got the $100 to spend. Where if it's $10, I feel like they're trying to entice me to come back and buy more. So I'll buy them one at a time. All right, I'll win $5 on this $10 ticket. I'll win $50 on this $10 ticket. I'll win $2 on this 50 on this $10 ticket. I'll win nothing on this $10. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I end up winning more over the $100 worth of tickets I got if I buy them individually as opposed to buying them all at one time. I have noticed that, so I do take my time and buy them one at a time now.
Okay. Uh, for me, I don't necessarily have any like reinforced superstition, like the whole splitting the pole thing. I'm like, I don't care. I'm keeping walking. I'm not about to walk back around. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Uh, to an extent, depending on if it's some really good news, I might, want to hold off on mentioning it because I don't want to jinx it. But in my mind, I'm like, yo, that's really silly because we grew up in church. There's power and life in the tongue. You speak positive thing, something positive, positive things that happen. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever's going to happen has happened. For me, sports superstition, and it's not even really. Yeah, to an extent, it is. If we're losing, I feel like if I changed, I'm the reason we're losing. That's how I feel like. I feel like I'm the reason we're losing. If I change the channel and take my mind off it, and we'll start winning again. And there's times where I flipped and we were winning. I'm like, oh snap! So I kind of got out of that. I got out of it. Yeah,
That's
I'm now
funny because
like, you know what? If we're losing, I'm just gonna tough it out. If it's a
right.
blowout, then I'm just like, you know what? F it, I'm turning it off. And then not even because I'm superstitious. I don't want to watch competitive, uncompetitive games. So
Uncle Mule used to be the same way, and it kind of rained down on me. So I've been a Niners fan for a long time, but when I got passionate about football, it was 2008, 2009. right? That's when like my passion really kicked in. And I would watch the games if I caught them on, but I never went out of my way to watch them before that. The Niners were bad for a long time. And I felt like every time I watched the game, we lost. The few times I didn't watch, 5 or 6 games a year, we won. And so we would be hanging out, and I would not want to watch the games. And Uncle Ramon was like, "Yo, I used to be the same way. I felt like my team just didn't win whenever I watched." He was like, "But I want to enjoy them, so they got to learn to win with me watching." Like, and I was like, "Yo, you know what? That makes so much sense." Um, Another superstition I have with sports in particular, I try not to. I used to. I used to. Let me change what I'm saying. I used to. I would not wear the jersey of an active player because I used to think that they would get injured if I wore their jersey because it happened 2 or 3 times in a row, and I was like, forget it. I'm never wearing. I'm never wearing the player's jersey again. So for years, if a
I
Niners game was on,
understand
I
that.
would wear an Alex Smith jersey because he's not on the team no more. I'll wear my Bryant Young jersey or Frank Gore jersey because they're not on. They're not with the team no more. Vernon Davis. I mean, I would wear all the other jerseys I had, but nobody on the active team. And then I started realizing football is 100% injury. Someone's going to get hurt. Now, hopefully it's not season ending, but someone's going to get hurt. Hopefully they can come back after missing a couple plays, but you're going to get injured. So I don't even have that superstition anymore. But I also don't buy player jerseys anymore. If I'm buying a jersey, it's custom because these guys come and go too much for me to be investing in. You know,
Honestly, I told Linda this year. I said, you know what? The few jerseys that I have a Lakers jersey, I have a Kobe jersey.
you
That's the
welcome.
only Laker jersey I have is a Kobe jersey. I have a Aaron
Is
Rodgers
that the one I
jersey.
got you?
Yes, yes, the purple one. That my first ever basketball jersey. My boy got it for me. Uh, I have a custom football jersey, Green Bay. I got my name on the back in the year that I became a fan, 2010. So it's Lane and 10 on the back. I have a Aaron Rodgers jersey, and everything else is t-shirts. I told her, my wife this year, I was like, you know what? I don't even want jerseys because, like you said, players come and go. I was like, I just want t-shirt jerseys. Give me those. They're like $36 at most, and there you go, t-shirt.
Yeah, I know. I'm all about the custom ones now, man. I've got my Twitter handle. Well, I changed my Twitter name now, Mike Andrews 83. But I used to have 49ers Mike. I got a jersey that says that. 83 was the year I was born. I got a NB Niners jersey that says 17. That's the year we started. Nothing but Niners. You know what I mean? Like it's just little stuff like that. Now I'm a custom jersey guy, and I don't think I'm ever gonna stop buying them. It's just I, I I I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened. I won an autographed Debo Samuel jersey,
Nice.
right? I don't remember how I won it or what I did to get it, but I won a Debo Samuel autographed jersey, and when it was time for his contract negotiations, he liked a picture that was a jersey swap of him in a Cowboys uniform, and it pissed me off. Like if you know anything about the 49ers fan base, there's one team that is universally hated by the 49ers, and it's Dallas. Like you you went out to dinner with the Dolphins head coach because he was your former offensive coordinator. You trying to act like you want to leave. Debo was out in the club. They held up the sign that said, come back to San Francisco. He was like, all that's cool. That's public negotiations. I'm with that. But when you like that picture of you in a Cowboys jersey, nobody would have known if he didn't hit the like button. But now everybody that follows you in the fan base sees it. Not them, bro. You like that? I literally gave the jersey away. I
Dang.
literally gave the jersey away. So Uncle Mule's girl, his lady, has a son who is a Niners fan. So I was looking, I was talking to him. I invited them over. They came over. We watched the game together or whatever. I forget what we were doing, but it was a game on. Had a little cookout or something like that. We over here, we
Charlotte
chilling.
lady?
Yes, yeah.
I still ain't met her.
And so we get the drinks flowing. She opened up once the drinks started pouring and everything, and she called her son, or her son called her. She was like, "Oh, I'm in the house. This guy got all this Niner stuff on the wall because I used to do my shows sitting here in the living room, and I have a whole wall cover with my backdrop and stuff, right? And so she was like, "Yeah, he's got a podcast. You should check it out." Blah 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 blah. And I was like, "You know what? I got something for him." And I went in the room, got the autographed Debo jersey. I said, "Here you go." I never took it out the package or nothing. It was all still in there. I said, "Give this to him." And I could hear, "Mom, is he? Oh, is he serious? Oh, that's what I'm talking about." Like it made his day, and it made me feel good because I wasn't going to wear it because it was an autographed jersey. I was going to end up getting it framed, but after
Yeah.
what he did, I'm like, nah, man, like I'm cool. I'm off.
Right there.
I'm like, nah, I'm off that. Like I don't do that.
But yeah, I think going forward, I'm just going to do custom T-shirts, player T-shirts, and custom T-shirts, jersey T-shirts of the players, and then just custom T-shirts. I have custom T-shirts now with my name on it and whatnot. So I think that's the route to go because they're less. The most you'll ever probably pay for one of those, maybe $50, but I have yet to pay $50 for a T-shirt. So,
You have any sports or non-sports superstitions, Duck?
So I heard that question. Nothing comes to mind off the top of my head. The only thing I'll say with sports superstitions is like if I happen to do something and the Panthers get a win, especially in a down year, I'll be like, okay, what did I do last week? I got to do it again. So like,
Right.
Whatever I do, whenever the Panthers get their first win this year, whenever it comes, I will be doing that for the rest of the season. If I make French toast? If I make a big breakfast that morning, I'm making a big breakfast every Sunday morning.
That's how I got stuck eating wings.
Bro,
The Niners.
That's what it'll be.
Wasn't it more so your people that watch the podcast that pointed it out, Mike?
I can't hear y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't hear me.
Mike, wasn't it more so your viewers that pointed out, Mike, you were eating wings when y'all, pulled off a win or whatever?
No. So it was I forget which year it was. The Niners started rough. We ended up getting to either the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game at the year, but we started like I think we started like 2-5 or no, not 2-5, like 2-4, something like that, 3-4. And during the lives, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get a wing. I gotta do something to change the luck up. So like I pointed it out, but what happened was if we were ever trailing, they'd be like, Mike, go get a wing. You got to go get some wings, Mike. Go get a wing real quick. Did you order your wings today, Mike? Did you order? So like they noticed it, and then they started pointing it out afterwards. So if I didn't have any wings in the house, I would call and order some real quick, stuff like that. And I even started saying "Hail to the wing." Like that was people started typing it in the comments. Hail to the wing, hail to the wing. Like it was like a little thing for us. But this year I'm like I can't. Like y'all know I'm on this shot. I don't have an appetite. Like, bro, I ordered wings and I can't eat more than 2.
Hey,
but
just so order the smaller size they come in. It's usually 6.
But it's not worth getting it delivered then.
Or do what I've been doing.
Air fry them.
Throw them in the air fryer. However many you want. You can throw them in the air fryer. Only make 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's why I hear you, but I got wings still.
Listen, they're much cheaper when you buy them yourself and just toss the sauce on them. But
now
I wanted to respond to Michael's last comment. Did we meet you, Michael? At the
that's exactly why I said, that's crazy. He said he was at the Panthers game. I don't think we ran into him.
Went to. Yeah, no, I don't remember. I don't recall meeting another Mike besides you. Obviously I was there with you. I don't recall meeting another Mike, and we met a lot.
Wait a minute. We did go to the meet and greet at Chapman's thing. Mike, were you at Chapman's thing? We might have.
And that I was very drunk. I was very drunk for that. So
look, he said we did. He said we did. I was about to say, I think we did run into him.
I'm sorry. My bad. I was very drunk. Please forgive me. I'm sure, but I will say this: I'm good with faces.
He said he got a picture with us. He said he got he said with you, John, and Mike. Okay, yeah, he took a picture of us.
If I see you again, I'm sure I would recognize your face. I'm very good with faces. So
DM me the picture, Mike, if you can, if you got it like readily available. DM me the picture and I'll pop it up on the stream real quick. If you want. Some people don't like being seen, so no pressure.
That's what's up, Mike. And friend of the show.
Absolutely. Longtime supporter of Nothing But Niners, man. Mike is my guy. I do these episodes called Party in the Palisades. So when I'm waiting for the girls during in ballet,
That's
he he took every song that I've ever used as in the background.
this
So the
was him.
songs, this is the one, yes,
I know you
this is
told me
him.
about that a while. You told me about that like a year and a half ago.
He's been doing it every episode since I started it. He put together a playlist. So what I do, G, is I'll hit shuffle and a song will set my mood. And then I'll tie that into the episode that I'm doing in the car for the little half hour show, 20 minute half hour show. And Mike started a Spotify playlist with all the songs that I've done with. So I got this long playlist now on Spotify with all the music in it that I've ever used. It's actually pretty dope, man. I like that.
Oh,
He said I got a custom tee with my last name and high school number on it too.
I was
So yeah,
about to say, I
like
think this is cool. That's the problem with wrestling. You don't get a number. So I don't have a number that I'm like tied. Only number I'm tied to is y'all see my Twitter handle. It's the year I was born. So it's my middle name, the year I was born. And I've always wanted that custom jersey, but I feel like it's disrespectful to Steve Smith, so I've never ordered it. I've always wanted that custom jersey, but I've never let myself cross that line. So
see, my number.
I still to this day I want it so bad. Y'all have no idea.
Now, the number I have an association with, I played basketball. I grew up playing basketball. Basketball, my favorite sport. It used to be baseball when I was young. I don't know when I made the switch to basketball, but my first love. I've had a basketball court in my room at every place I ever had. I'm 35 years old and I got a basketball court in my room right now on my door. Drives my wife nuts when I'm in there shooting. But my number was 8 when I was playing rec league, and Kobe's number was 8 before he switched to 24. So I was like, "Yo, give me that 8 jersey right there." And then
I gotta
the other year that I played rec league, we won the championship, and my number was 12. So I don't really, have a, an affinity or a love, whatever, for 12. But old Kobe was my guy. That's the year I became a fan. 2001, he was still wearing 8. So I still hold 8 in high regard.
I'm thinking back to varsity jackets when you were in high school, and the football players. It was okay. Yes, I remember him.
okay. Yeah, baby.
It was.
That's what I'm talking about.
I was about to say though, the varsity jackets it's the number and the position when you're in high school. In wrestling, it's just the weight class. It's the weight class that goes on the sleeve.
Which is weird because I remember you specifically fluctuating in certain weight classes because y'all was short or something like that.
I bounced with my senior year because my first 3 year, 119, 130, 140. My senior year, I bounced between 152 and 160, but 160 was actually my weight class, and it was just for matchup reasons that our coach would switch me and the dude at 152. So, and it was crazy. I didn't realize it until after the season, but the end of the season came, and I was like, "Yo, I should have took the spot at 152 because I was unbeaten at 152. Every time that I dropped down to 152, I didn't lose a match, and I was like, "Yo, I should have challenged him for that varsity spot ahead of the postseason to see how far I would go." But I was so tired of cutting weight after all 4 years. I was like, "Yo, go in the postseason. I'm not trying to cut weight. Like, just leave me at 160. Bump all that." So
The big bird. Back to the superstition thing real quick. I don't know if it's a superstition, but maybe it does count as one. I've never been a person to swear on someone, alive or dead. You know how people be like, swear on your mom, swear on your mom. No. You could think I'm lying.
I've never done that either.
It's like you could think I'm lying, but I'm not doing it. Like it's just been something like, and I don't know if it was out of fear of, something bad happening to that person or what. Like
You were lying.
yeah, well, no, even if I wasn't lying, like I'm not swearing on someone's name. Like my word is my word. Like if I say, yo, I swear, I promise, like my word should be enough. Don't ask me to swear on my mom or my kids and none of that stuff. Like that's what are we doing? Like, if you don't believe me, then that's fine. I'm okay with that. Like, just don't believe me. But I've never been a swear on whoever. I hate when people do it. It makes me like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, I just hate when I hear. Why is Patrick Mahomes still throwing the ball?
For my fantasy purposes.
And now Watson's hurt. But this is why I don't play.
Listen,
I'm so glad.
I
I'm
didn't
so
even
glad
know
I
they
don't
had a
play.
Watson before this play. I don't care. I don't care about Watson.
Oh, I think he jammed his finger. Oh, he might have broke his wrist when he landed.
Mm.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. I'm looking away. I turn my head. I don't want to see it. It looked like he broke his wrist.
Right on, right wrist. Well, we at the 2 hour mark. Do we want to go ahead and wrap it up? Do we got any last thoughts?
So I don't remember any of the other topics. So
Yeah, we can wrap it up. Let's do some today in history though, real quick.
is this competition style like last time, or
Of course, there's always going to be competition. This is the sports episode, so it's always going to be today in history competition style.
You see us stretching this stuff.
So for those of you who are new to the channel, I like to quiz the fellas. I'm gonna make sure I move around on the board this time, so I can't let them get no cheats. Oh, that happened in 1862, so it's got to be newer than that. Now I'm gonna switch it around now. So we're gonna do some today in history. Let's see here. Let me find a good page that has a couple of different things on it. On this day in history, film, music, and sports. How about that? Let's
All right,
focus on those three.
let's go.
All right, here we go. Film. This is more than sports. Let's. All right, forget it. I'm gonna read this one. If y'all guess this year, we going to buy lottery tickets right away. If y'all guess this. All right. The army of Cyrus the Great of Persia takes Babylon. Now, I want y'all to think about this before y'all answer. These locations aren't called that anymore on the planet. So this is very old. I'm going to read it again. The army of Sirius the Great. I'm sorry. The army of Cyrus the Great takes. I'm sorry. Let me read that again. The army of Cyrus the Great of Persia takes Babylon. So Cyrus the Great was the leader of the army of Persia, and they took Babylon. What year in history did this happen in?
Well, I just want to know, was this AD or BC?
The fact that you asking that question is funny. It's actually BC.
Okay.
that's funny. I was gonna say 867 BC.
So okay, Doug, you do this thing where you say I was gonna say.
No, I'm
Like,
sticking
is
with
that
it. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I was gonna say that before he asked, and I'm sticking with it. 867 BC. That's my answer.
I don't even know how to categorize these years. Like, 'cause, all the ADs and the BC. It could
honestly, G, I probably went too far back. So think of it this. So like 1 BC was a year before Christ.
Yeah.
So the more you go, it's that many more years. I'm saying 867 years before Christ. I feel like that's wrong now that once I broke it down, I want to go to 436 BC.
well, you give me a final answer, and that's what that's
436 BC.
What
for
do you
what?
say?
436 BC. I was always going to say BC before G asked this question, though.
I just
Okay.
need to know the time frame. Not that it helps.
Because I feel like Babylon is a BC.
Yeah.
I
'cause
don't think Babylon.
that's
If they
Old
did
Testament.
exist AD, that's news to me. But I feel like Babylon was a
F it. I'm thinking somewhere in the sixes. I'm just gonna say flat out say
I will say that Babylon is
610.
mentioned in the.
I'm going to final answer. Let's go with 600 BC.
Nice round number, 600 BC. Duck, your answer was
36.
539 BC. No,
Oh,
Duck,
he's
you went
closer.
over.
He's closer. I was 103 off.
Yeah, G was just 60 years off. Well, 61 years off.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, am I doing that right? Was he 61 or 4? Yeah.
But I want to say that G had to ask. Like I feel like I knew it was BC. I knew it was B. I knew
Well,
it was BC.
wasn't the Tower of Babel?
That
Oh,
was
that's not
like
Babylon.
Genesis.
That's not
But no,
Babylon. That was a whole different area.
Babylon was in like BC. That was First Testament. Yeah, that was Old Testament.
But it was Babel, not Babylon. So I was
Yeah.
getting confused no matter what. All right, I got a fun one here. Let me find this, and then we'll get to sports and stuff. I could actually select which one, but I wanted to do this. Where'd it go though? Hold on, I got. Oh, here we go. This is what I want right here. This will have a clue in it. Theodore Roosevelt criticizes U.S. citizens who identify themselves with dual nationalities.
Theodore Roosevelt. Wasn't he? I could be wrong, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. Wasn't he the president?
You know what? I don't want to do that one. I changed my mind.
Okay.
I changed my mind. I got one that's a little bit more fun. Ford Motor Company, under Henry Ford, manufactures its 1 millionth automobile at the River Road plant in Detroit.
I feel like this is like early between 1900 and 1920s. I feel like it's somewhere in that field. I don't know why.
You said between 1900 and 1920?
Yeah, like I feel like between 1900 and 1920.
Wait,
I feel like it's in that
you said it was their 1,000th vehicle?
No,
million.
their 1 millionth automobile at the River Road plant in Detroit.
Give me 1937. 1942.
And it's funny because I was thinking maybe 30s.
That's not what you said. You said between 1900 and
Yeah, I
19.
said that, but as
He
I
stopped at
said,
1920. I think he's crazy to stop at 1920. Give me 1942. That assembly line.
It could have kicked off somewhere.
Wait. That assembly line was real.
Y'all not thinking. Do y'all know when? Never mind. I can't.
No, I don't know when the first automobile was built.
G,
All right,
I need your answer.
It might even be in the 18s somewhere, the late 18s for cars, if we're being honest. And Mike said we're not thinking, so that just gave me a clue that it's even later.
1927.
Final answer, Duck? Because you don't gave 3.
I also want to go with
Duck. I mean, G. Never mind. I can't. I don't want to give clues to nobody. So just give me an answer.
Give me a clue. You're like you're not thinking, but that could go either way. Let's go with 1901. I'm probably off, but
I wish G trusted his gut more. He said between 1900 and 1920, and it was dead middle. It was 1915. He was on it. He was on it. He was on it and didn't trust his gut. He gave himself the little window. He was right there.
You got that.
He was right there on it.
It was much further in the 1900s. You got that. Well, you didn't get.
I think.
I said 1901, so I'm still within the 14-year period.
Nah, yeah, he was still closer than you.
No, he wasn't. I said 27. I'm 12 years.
Oh, yeah. You did.
Yeah.
You did.
I thought, because you did say 40s, and then you dropped it, again. Okay.
All right. So let me find where to go for sports. I got to find the thing.
Well,
all right, hold on.
Hold that thought or repeat it when I get back. Give me a second. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Okay, give me a minute.
Right.
1 minute.
All right, so let's do some sports. We're gonna do some sports for this one, and then I'll go back out. Let me find one that I like here. Oh, damn, they even got like death in sports. That's crazy. Damn. Okay. They got birthdays in sports. I'm just gonna do events though. I'm just gonna do events. I
Okay.
can't. All right. I know which one I'm gonna do. I know which one I'm gonna do. Let me try to zoom in on it here. I'm not still sharing the screen, right? No, I took the screen share
Nah,
off.
you took it off.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna ask you one just to warm up. All right, and then you see what you got. Okay.
All right.
John Morrissey wins boxing title when Yankee Sullivan leaves the ring after the 36th round to slug Morrissey's fans. So John Morrissey won the title, okay, from Yankee Sullivan after the 36th round, and Sullivan was so mad he went into the crowd and started punching fans.
What year this was?
Man, what year do you think that was?
I don't know because I don't really know any of these people. At least most of the stuff I can set it kind of. I don't know who either of these people are.
This I want 19. I'm taking 1936.
Oh, I didn't know Doug was back to hear it.
I heard part of it. Sullivan went in the crowd and started punching observers, onlookers.
Mm-hmm. All right, so 1936, you said, Doug?
1936. Lock me in.
G?
You seem like you're not as impressed by that answer. I want to change it back to 19. And this is only fair because I only heard a part of it, so I don't know what's going on for real.
I wish I would know if it was before or after Muhammad. Let's go.
Well, okay, y'all. There was a big clue in this. It was after the 36th round.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like, that had to be.
Oh, I want to go earlier. Give me 1918. 21. It's one of those two. It's either 1918 or 1921. Yo, they were going mad long.
Let's go with.
It might have been the 1800s. Was it 1893?
We just gonna guess every year. G, give me an answer, and then I'll come back to Duck. Duck, don't say nothing.
Let's go with 1933.
That's way too
all right. Duck, final answer. Last one.
1906. Wait, what year was Granny born?
There's a debate on that. We think 04, we think 06. Some people say 12. I don't know when she was born.
Grandma was 1935. I was saying, like, I don't remember what year I was saying for Granny because somebody messed me up a few years ago. Give me 1907. Final answer. Lock it in.
07 for Duck. G, you said 1930 something.
33.
1853.
Woo! What did I start to say? Didn't I say 1892?
You said 8 answers. Shut up. Don't tell me what did I start to
He's
say.
like 1918.
He just hyped because he beating you today. That's all that is.
He only got me about one answer.
That's that baseball one next.
All right, yeah. So I got this baseball one that I want to do.
1907.
All right, you ready?
That's the second time he said 1907.
Chicago Cubs blow an 8-0 Game 4 lead, and the Philadelphia A's score World Series record 10 runs in one inning to win the game 10-8.
They're not even in the league anymore. I wonder if that's the let's go with.
You didn't hear me, Mike? Say it again.
I feel like it's in the.
Oh, when y'all talk at the same time, I can't hear y'all, so I just let y'all go. What'd you say, Duck?
I said say it again. I need to hear it again.
Okay, yeah, no, I got you. Chicago Cubs blow an 8-0 Game 4 lead, and the Philadelphia A's score a World Series record 10 runs in one inning to win the game 10-8. That is nuts. That is absolutely insane.
Give me. Wait, G, you go first this time.
This could be anything, really. I mean, baseball and apple pie are pretty old, so
I got my year unless you steal it. So
I'm gonna go with. Let's go with 47.
1912.
I was thinking earlier, but I was like, let's see.
Your final answer, G?
47.
1829. 1929. Duck was closer again. G, what's up with you tonight, man?
Yo, don't think him up because he beat the brakes off me last time.
I think I was within like 3 each time.
All right, let me find the movie category now. Let me find the movie category real
I'm
quick.
about
Hold
to
on.
cook in this one. Hopefully.
I gotta find it. This page, film and TV. Here it is right here. Boom. Film and TV on this day. Film and television. So it could be a news broadcast, it could be anything. All right. Like it could be anything. All right. Let's start with all right. The George Burns and Gracie Allen show debuts on CBS television. I can't read the last part because it's going to be a big clue, but it had an 8-year run. And the year that it ended is in here, so I can't. That's why I said I can't read that part.
What year it ended?
No. What year? What it says? The George Burns and Gracie Allen show
Okay. You said it had
debuts.
an 8-year run, so that was the
Right, but
clues. Got you.
it debuted on CBS television. If I told you what year it ended, it would. It's in the answer, so I can't.
19. 1970. That's 1971. It's probably 80s.
What are the names again?
Gracie, the George Burns and Gracie Allen show.
Nah, that definitely feels like 80s. Let's go with 80. Actually, it could go 79. Let's go 79.
I'm thinking, I want to say 68. I've never heard of these people, so I feel like they're mad old. I'm going 68.
Interesting. All right.
79, lock it in.
So 70, 71, 79. G's getting closer and closer to us. Duck, you went with what year?
68.
Duck is the winner. 1950.
Dang.
1950.
I thought about going earlier. I thought about going to the 40s, honestly, but I was like, you're talking shows, people I never heard of, like they don't acknowledge old television, like the current day, like they do, but it's very rare. You writing on my notes, little girl?
All right. Here's one. This one. All right. American conspiracy theorist, radio host, and provocateur Alex Jones ordered by a Connecticut defamation trial jury to pay $965 million to family of those killed in the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting elementary school for falsely and repeatedly claiming on his broadcast that none of the 20 children and 6 adults killed had actually died and their relatives were crisis actors.
Yep, I remember this. I don't remember the year though. You're asking what year? What's the question?
What year was he ordered by the Connecticut court to pay the $965 million to the families?
That's never going to happen. But I remember this whole thing too.
2012.
Duck, the shootings happened in 2012.
2017.
2012.
20. Shootings happened in 20. I'll stick with 2017. It's either 2017 2018.
You said one of my answers. I was thinking 6 years. I was thinking a 5 to 8 year period.
It's just, you know why this is funny? Because I can't say. Go ahead. I'll wait till y'all done.
Let's
Like,
go
what's, I
with
guess,
I was thinking 20. What did I say? 20. I said
he said
20.
2017.
So I was thinking between 2017 and 2019. Like I feel like it's that 3-year window there.
Let's go with thinking. Did I hear anything? Let's go with 20. Let's go with 2016.
You just prices right me.
It was 2022. Now, this is why I said it was funny. This was just last year. But the reason why I said this is funny is because we live in the Twitter era. So stuff that just happened feels like it happened mad long ago. That's why y'all went back 6, 7 years. Like this just happened last year.
I will say I feel like it shouldn't have taken 10 years for any of the fallout or repercussions for any of this.
It was the fact that he just kept doing it, though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And the crazy thing is, him saying that was sparking random people going up to these families and saying, you know, show us your daughter, show us your son.
Yeah. Yep. Show us the death certificate. Like these people were getting it all the time. All right, I got another one. This one will be fun for y'all. I think all of y'all were a little bit into this. Bret the Hitman Hart beats Ric Flair for the WWF heavyweight title.
I'm thinking 80s.
Bret Hart beat Ric Flair. I'm gonna let G go first.
Let's go with 89.
Give me
okay.
Give me
I'm gonna get. What'd you say, Duck?
something for you guys. I said give me 92. If he's going 89, I want 92.
All right. So one of y'all got it right on the head.
Come on. 89.
My brother Quick was born in 1989. His favorite wrestler
No, he
was
wasn't.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Promise you he wasn't.
Oh, he was born in 88. I'm sorry. My brother was born in 1988, and his favorite wrestler was Bret the Hitman Hart. So he would not have experienced this. However, in 1992, he would have. Oh, let's go. No. Let's go. Let's go.
Man, in this show, so I can go take a shower and wash my head.
Like, G, you just getting work. All right, hold on. Let me do one in music. Okay. All right. The Columbus Day riot. 30,000 fans descend on New York's Times Square for singer Frank Sinatra's performance at the Paramount Theater. The capacity of the theater was only 3,500, and 30,000 fans were there.
Okay. I don't know whatever Frank Sinatra was. I feel like it was in the 50s or 40s.
I want 1957. That's my final answer.
And I said 40s or 50s. They never really said, when you hear, you know, people talk about Frank Sinatra, what time frame we were in. 60s. What's it? No, I don't think he was during the Elvis time. That was the 60s. That probably came beforehand. So maybe the decade before that, maybe the 50s, the 40s. Let's go with 45.
Almost got the sound another firework. G was so close. 1944. G got one though. He got one. He got one.
It's about time. It's about time you got on the board, bro.
First of all, this is my second one I got right.
I was hoping that you and the audience would forget that. But okay, congratulations, you got 2 out of 12.
Whatever, babe. One more for the road. You know what?
I'll let y'all
this
pick.
for all the marbles. All the marbles.
No,
I'll let y'all
no,
pick.
I already won. One more is not going to change the lead I got on you tonight.
All
This
right.
fast money right
You
here.
won last week. You won last week. I got tonight no matter what. Next week is the tiebreaker. We can do one more tonight.
We gonna do one for a bonus one, but I think I think he's a little too far ahead of you to catch him. But I will make it hard. But this is the thing: y'all get to pick the category. Do y'all
What's
want to do? Do y'all want to do history?
He's the
Film and-
winner, so let him choose.
Okay, so we got history.
Wait. Because I'm the winner, this is what I was going to suggest. Let us each do whatever category we want. Right? So, like, whoever's closer in the respective category they choose. Does that make sense?
No, I don't get what you're saying. You want two separate questions for y'all, not one question?
If we choose separate categories, then yes. I don't like what if you're whatever the categories are. If I choose one and he chooses the other, and say in mine I'm 2 years away, and in his he's 1 year away or right on, then he gets it.
All right, I got it. All right, this is what we'll do. I got it. Watch this. Y'all each pick a different category, right? Y'all both guess the year, but if G gets the year right in the category you pick, he wins. If you get the year right that G picks, you win.
Oh, so we're picking for the opposite category instead of
Y'all are gonna pick. Y'all are both gonna pick years, but if he gets yours right,
I'm saying, are we picking years for both categories, like the
yes.
one we pick
I'm gonna ask two different questions. I want both of y'all to say what you think the answer is, but if G gets yours right, it's worth more. Yeah, it'll be worth more if G gets it right. All right, we're gonna come up with a point system for this. We're gonna see. We're gonna actually do this for the bonus round. I like this.
At some point, we gotta get you in the competition.
All right. So your categories are gonna be all right. So there's three categories, and then there's subcategories of each one. So there's history, film and TV, and sports.
I get to choose what category I want for Duck, or I get to choose that for myself.
You get to choose your category.
I want film and TV.
All right.
I want sports.
All right. So we're gonna do film and TV, and now I'm gonna pick from events, birthdays, death, weddings, and I'm gonna go with Vince. No. I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna go with birthdays. All right. So the birthday of someone in film and television. Okay.
Wait, why are you picking the category?
No, G picked the category already.
He's picking the subcategory.
He picked film and TV. I'm picking the subcategory.
Got it.
All right. Right. All right. On this day in blank year, Jonathan Crombie, the Canadian actor, was born in Toronto.
And Duck's answering this, right?
Both of y'all are answering. So, G, this is your category.
I'm about to say, who's going? Okay, so it's this category. So who goes first? I already have my year picked out. So
I can give y'all a hint if you want.
No hints. We're gonna go into this. Jonathan Crombie was born in this year in Toronto, you said?
Yep, Canadian actor Jonathan Crombie.
The city makes a difference. What?
I mean, he starred in Anne of Green Gables.
It doesn't help. This is probably like he was born in. I don't know who this person is. Let's go with the golden age of Hollywood, probably like the early 1923.
No, you guess?
G's answer makes me nervous. I have the same last year. I was gonna say 1943. I'm sticking with 1943. But I'm not as confident in it as I was previously.
I was gonna let y'all know as the hint. because it could literally be any year, right? Like acting's
Yeah.
been around for a while, but acting implies like video and movie, not like stage actor. So I
Yeah.
was gonna tell y'all that he died. Now, G, what was your year?
23.
23. Duck, you said 43.
Mhm.
I was gonna tell y'all the hint was he died in 2015. And I know that would have
Okay, so
drastically
80,
My odds,
90, 90s.
my first thought was 1953. So I like my odds either way. Nah, G, you locked in 1923, right?
Yeah, I'm locked in at
y'all
23.
both locked in.
Yeah, I'm
1966. 1966. All right. Now, Duck, you said you wanted sports, right?
sports.
I'm surprised nobody wanted music. The subcategory I am going to pick.
Wait. Why would you would be the music expert? Why would you be surprised between me and
I don't know.
G?
I don't know. I am going to choose. Oh wow. I was gonna choose weddings. Well, fuck it. I'll do it anyway. There's only one. So in the category of sports, subcategory weddings, Olympic diving champion Greg Louganis weds paralegal Johnny Chialet in Malibu, California. Greg Louganis weds paralegal Johnny Chialet in Malibu, California. Now that is loaded with clues for y'all.
2014.
Can I get the question again?
Yes. Olympic diving champion Greg Louganis weds paralegal Johnny Chialet in Malibu, California.
I'm trying to listen for a clue and I'm not getting anything.
Two
So
dudes got married. What do you mean?
Wait. How are you not getting a clue?
oh no, because me and Linda are watching the show now. The chick name is Johnny, so
Bro. Greg Louganis, that's our time. We've been alive since he was relevant. And I shouldn't be telling you this because I'm against you in this.
I don't know who the
We've
dude
been
is.
alive
It don't
since
matter.
he was relevant, right?
Two guys got married.
Two men got married. My first job was at Burger King in 2006, and my assistant manager was gay. And I remember when they legalized it, he verbatim said to me, "They legalized it out in California. We're coming for y'all now. You can't stop us." that was his exact, bro. You know this was post 06. There's so many clues in this.
Yeah.
Right. So y'all should get this within a decade. Y'all should at least get within a decade.
All right. Obama took office in 08. I think somewhere around his second term, he legalized same-sex marriage. So,
and by the way, just I'll be kind. I was generous because he said California. They could have jumped on this. I'm telling you that this happened in 06. I recognize that what did I say? 2014. I recognize there were 8 years before. In fact, I'm thinking 2009.
because I know some places you could marry. I think it was.
He said California.
Yeah, I know. Some states were already doing.
Jumped on this a day after it was legalized.
Yeah, and before that, some states were already ahead of the ball. So,
right. Yeah. Look, I need your final answer though, because you didn't jumped around a lot. You didn't name 3 years.
I'm sticking with 14.
Let's go with 09.
I'm also
Let's go
thinking
with 09.
I'm sticking with 14. I'm also thinking 09, and G just said 09. So what?
Do you want to change your year? Last chance. Duck is sticking with 14.
I'm going with 09, man. Yeah, whatever.
2013.
Let's go! Let's go!
And I started to say 14 too. Dang, I should have went with mine.
Oh man, that was fun. That was fun. This was good. I like wrapping the shows up like this, man. This is cool, man. That's what's up. Man, I'll start doing this on Nothing But Niners. I have fun doing this kind of stuff. This is great. All right, man. Guys, that's it for the episode tonight, man. I want to thank y'all for watching and rocking with us. We had a good time. We learned some hockey stuff. I want to thank Mike Ing for his participation in the
Shout
show.
out to Mike.
Wrong again. I hit the button on that.
And you guys for opening up about some of your superstitions, and you know, now we understand. Now we understand why they called it an entanglement and not an affair. We also understand why she's been disrespecting him publicly for so many years, and Will just seems so unbothered. All right, so that's gonna do it, man. We're out of here.
Hey,